But we're here. I'm giving you some announcements. This coming Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Central is the wrap up and talk back of Wizard U Season 1. So join us there at 7 p.m. Central is the next Curse of Strahd session on Thursday. So join us for that. And then a week from today is another one shot in the world of Campaign 3, which is what today is. But you didn't hear that at the top of the stream. Today is a one shot in Campaign 3 world. We're excited to jump in. That's all the announcements for now. So let's jump right into it, shall we? So, a dull, overcast day, or a dull, overcast sky, blankets the city of Darreok on this chilly and misty morning. It is the 10th of Mentaria in the year 1610 of the Dawn Age. Birds of the sea squawk and glide over the azure bay, joining the symphony of sounds created by yelling deckhands, reeking ships, and muddy footsteps. It is midday, and the docks district of Darreok is in full swing. Merchants are unloading their wares to fill their pockets with gold. Dock workers are hauling crates and barrels to and fro. Children of the lower class weave in between the legs of those around them, causing chaos and looking for a pocket to pinch. Darreok is a large mercantile city where trade in and out of the Azul Bay acts as its main resource. The bay houses the lower class districts and the docks district, and the city climbs up two cliffs on either side, forming the large U-like shape of the city. The higher you climb in the city of Darreok, the wealthier the city begins to look. Peering down from the top tier of the city is a large castle where Baron Lucard, the ruler of the city, calls home. But our focus stays on the docks district of this medieval metropolis. Pulling into the bay, we see a large galleon that sports the colors of the Sabian dynasty, the ruling faction over this world and this part of the continent of Achios, including Darreok. Our vision then shifts and zooms into the docks district itself. We see the exterior of one of the more welcoming taverns here in the docks district. A sign swings in the sea breeze, plastered with the image of a fish jumping out of water with a hook in its mouth. This is the Hooked Fish Tavern. We take a step inside and see a tavern filled with sordid clientele. Merchants waiting for their ships to be prepared, visitors staying in the docks district who can't afford more, dock workers, and many more. It is relatively busy, although not as much as it will be come nightfall. A roaring hearth on the far side and hanging candlelit chandeliers bask the interior of the wooden tavern in a warm and inviting glow. We turn our vision around, face the door of this tavern, and with a creaking swing, the door opens up and we see our first character. A young woman, maybe looks slightly out of place with the rest of the clientele. Emily, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah, Judy Gray is a small blonde woman, hair in two messy braids. Looks like she probably was out like working the fields and milking some cows this morning before she came into the city. And she is just wearing like kind of plain brown and white clothes, like little brown vest, just working clothes.
Okay.
She would go straight up to the bar.
All right, so you go straight up to the bar. You do know that you were tasked with meeting Reyna. Reyna Torhart. She is the head of the Securities Guild here in Darreok, and she is to meet you here to discuss the task at hand, which is a bit unusual. Usually she wouldn't drag herself out of the guild's headquarters to come and do this, but with the clientele of this task, it does make some sense. So that is what you've been tasked with, but you do not see her in here. So you head up to the bar. That is where you see Karn Buskroot, the owner of the Hooked Fish Tavern. Human man, broad shoulders, definitely formally muscular arms. But the slight pot belly at the bottom lets you know that his the days of having that physique for whatever reason are behind him. And he's got a balding head with a U-shaped crest of hair around him. And he turns and looks at you after helping a customer. And do you think Judy would have ever patronized the Hooked Fish Tavern down here in the Docks District?
Yeah, I think she's a country girl, but she comes into the city to social. She's very social.
Yeah.
So she's probably frequented a lot of the taverns.
Okay. So you approach the bar and he says, "Ugh, Miss Gray, how we doing this evening or this morning?"
I'm doing just fine. I'm supposed to meet Raina. Have you seen Raina?
Raina. Wait, Torhart?
Yeah.
Oh, she's not come around here.
But she told me she would.
All right, well, she's not been here this morning yet.
Well, all right. Can I wait here?
Here at the bar? Yeah, of course. You want anything?
Maybe just like a cranberry juice. You got cranberry juice?
Cranberry juice, coming right out. He goes and walks over and heads back into the kitchen. If you've been here a couple times, you know that this tavern is run by the Buskroot family. As he opens up the door to the back, in the back you see Gran Buskroot, the older chef of this establishment, older in her years, but definitely still with a spring in her step. His son, Peter Buskroot, is walking around being a server, and the young daughter, probably not much older than 13 years old, is kind of also being a server, a little bit of a hostess, just greeting people. She comes up to you, and she says, "Hi, Judy."
Hi, good to see you. How you been?
I've been doing all right. Have you been on any more ventures lately?
Well, let's see. I helped a young man get a couple cities over the other day, but that wasn't very exciting, you know. Most of the action I've seen's been on the farm.
Really?
Yeah, the cow had a baby.
Ooh, that's great.
And I've been helping my daddy, with crops and honestly, things haven't been that exciting yet.
And Karn returns with his cranberry juice and sets the glass down in front of you. Looks down at his daughter. "All right, Dahlia, get back to work. Come on." And
You be good now.
she just kind of smiles and walks away. As we kind of pan away from that nice moment, Matt, your character. Do you think your character would be arriving? Would already be here? Would arrive? How would you like to arrive here at this location?
I think that my character would already be there. Has probably been to this tavern many times.
Okay.
Just, kind of holding court, maybe in a corner.
Okay, yeah. We see over in a corner. Who do we see? Go ahead and describe your character for the stream.
All right, my character is named Harold Harmony Jr. He is a human male with very longer than shoulder length brown hair and a floppy brimmed hats and a nice wide smile. He carries with him a satchel overflowing with papers. He's constantly got a quill in his hand and writing new things down. He's very kind of gregarious and social, and I think he's probably been to this tavern many times. And he's not famous, but to a few people, they I think to a small niche number of people, he's a relatively well-known guy. But he's just having fun.
He as you're sitting there, you are approached by the son and the main server of the establishment, Peter Buskroot. Young kid, 18, 19 years old. He comes over and he just kind of slides into the table next to you. "Hey, Harry."
Peter, hey man, welcome. Come on in. Get a seat, man.
thanks. So are you playing for us today?
Oh, I wasn't planning on it, but I'm always down to do a little playing. You want me to?
Oh, I don't know. Probably could liven up the place a little bit. I think I'd like it. And he kind of like he just like nervously looking around, and you see him look over, and the other main server of this establishment, Jamie Tyna, who is just a local girl hired by the place, not related to the Bus Group family. And you've been here enough and are observant enough of people, because people are your job, to know that Peter's got quite the crush on Jamie. And he looks over his shoulder and kind of sees her, and kind of like blushes a little bit, and then turns to you. I was wondering, Mr. Harmony, if you could maybe help me like learn to do what you do and like kind of sing real nice.
Well, that's a good question. I see you kind of eyeing Jamie over there as just to woo her a little bit.
I don't know. I mean, I suppose a fellow who could carry a tune isn't that bad with women, So maybe I could warm her heart to do it. Not necessarily Jamie,
Well, Peter, it would be an absolute honor to teach you, and I could not think of a better person to be a student of mine. And let's get started right now. Now, what are your interests?
I don't. All right, I can't right now because Dad will be mad. But perhaps if you're playing here after you're done, we could maybe meet up and you can show me a thing or two.
That would be my pleasure. Of course, if I, am in the middle of a job, I think, so I don't know if I'll be free, but if I have a chance, I promise you, I've put my hand on the shoulder. Peter, I promise you.
Yeah, right.
I will be there for you.
All right, well, I'll be here till the night, so.
Well, then it's settled. Let's do it.
All right, Mr. Harmony. Can I get you a drink or anything? On me.
I'll take... No, please. I'll take 1 ale, please.
Wonderful. One, just general ale coming up, and he
generic ale,
and he heads kind of slides back out and heads back up to the bar to order the ale from his father, and now we will meet another character, Jamo. How do you think your character would be arriving? Would they already be here? Would they be arriving now? And if so, how?
They'd probably be arriving around the time they would expect to be meeting with the whole gang. And so and I think he's been here some but doesn't like hang out here a lot, so he may like pop in for a visit, and he's probably unique enough to maybe be recognized but not as a regular by any means.
Okay, well, in walking through the door now, what do we see?
So we see Mr. Wagyu, who is an old turtle that shuffles along, and has just like very, very basic tan clothes, a little cloak that half covers his shell because it's so big, and is leaning heavily on the walking stick that he has as he shuffles inside, and just has that kind of classic old man smile as he looks around. Just
perfect.
Like very content, very happy.
Of course, just like happy to be alive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he'd eye the space and specifically look for anyone that is sitting alone at a table that maybe seems like they've been there since the night before, and just like look sad or downtrodden or upset in any way, and he'd shuffle over to that person's table.
Okay, yeah, you easily enough you find a real drunk individual who looks like maybe closed out the tavern and was waken up by Karn when they opened up the next morning, and there's a couple of empty mugs sat in front of him, and he's currently writing on a piece of parchment as you approach, and just kind of there's a big deep furrow in his brow.
What? Hello, friend. Do you mind if I join you here?
All right, sure.
Oh, well, I thank you so much. I'm just gonna take a load off and Fine morning it is. Fine morning.
I don't know. I haven't been out yet.
Oh, did you spend the night here?
Yeah. Yeah, sure did.
Well, I don't mean to pry, but you, sir, look like you have a story to tell. And I, sir, just really want to listen and hear what's on your mind.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. And I'm going to say at advantage because this is definitely something that he kind of wants to do.
It's a nat 20.
Nat 20. With the nat 20, he just looks at you and he just kind of immediately starts crying. Thank you so much for asking that. All I wanted is someone to talk to. Well, you see, I'm a mess, mister. I like my drink, and because of it, I ruined my marriage. My son doesn't respect me. Really, I lead no life whatsoever.
Sometimes life hands you more than you can handle, and you feel like you're at the rock bottom. But that means there's nowhere to go but up. And if you even take me, I didn't start a new chapter of life until just a couple years ago. And I'm old. So there's always time to change. There's always time to better yourself. And it takes that time for others to see that change as well.
Alright, well, that's some deep stuff there, mister. You suppose I'm really not past the point of redemption?
I don't think anyone is.
I mean, it's not like I love her, sister, you know? It was a one-time thing.
Well, that is unfortunate, and you should probably not do that again. And I'm not here saying that your wife will ever forgive you for that, but you can make up for that, and you can work on finding that respect in your son's eyes again, and you can work on you thinking yourself a better man, and you being happy with who you are and what you're doing with your life.
Right. I can't be dependent on how my wife feels about me. I gotta be able to respect myself. You're a
Exactly.
wise,
He'll pull
wise old
a
man.
hanky out and kind of give it to him.
He lets out like an elephant blow into
I'll
it.
give him some pats on the back.
As he's kind of sobering up a little bit here with you, we meet our next character, Michael. How would we find your character here at the Hooked Fish?
I would be entering still totally drenched, dripping wet after coming in, just out of the water from the docks and just walking to the tavern. You would all see a tall male sea elf, so like an elf from the sea, a vague blue-green tint to his skin. He has some scales going down his arms. His fingers are a little webbed. He is wearing armor that looks like it is essentially made from coral that has grown over actual armor. And he has a trident and a net over his shoulder, which has a probably still alive but dying octopus in it. And I'm just gonna stand and look around.
Have you? Do you think Minus sees? But you said he's been in the city around 6 months or so, right?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. So, do you feel like he's been to this tavern before?
It's quite possible.
Yeah.
It's quite possible because they had a fish on the outside of it, and I know what a fish is.
Yeah.
I'd like to come and see what the fuss is about.
I think that if that's true, then as you walk in, as he's going kind of back and forth, taking orders and stuff, you see Peter Buskroot, the young server, and he says, "Oh, Midas, hey, how you doing?"
Hello, Peter Buskroot.
It's good to see you. How's the seas today?
The sea is the sea. It is still there.
Right, you're funny. Right, it's still, yeah. Do you want grab a table? Can I get you anything?
Rum.
Rum, for sure. Generic rum. Coming right up. And he starts to walk away. Do you search for anybody? Do you just kind of grab a table?
Who do I think looks the most like they're being hired for this job?
Good question. As of right now, you see an old turtle.
No, not him.
A bard. A young farm girl. So,
I'll go up to the bard, the clear bard.
Okay.
And just like walk up and stand over the table, just looking at him for a moment.
Hello there.
Hello.
How's it going? Good to meet you.
Very good. You have very long hair.
Thank you, thank you. I do take a lot of pride in my long hair. You have beautiful green skin.
Thank you so much.
My name is Harold.
Harold? I like to stick out my hand. Hello, I am Midas.
Oh, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. Please sit down, join
I will,
me.
thank you.
So, are you from the water, or?
Yes, I do. Are you from the land?
Yes, I do.
Peter comes up and says, one generic ale, one generic rum. You two enjoy. And then he gets back to his business.
Rum, that's very fancy. I like
Yes.
it.
Thank you so much. Are you also being contracted for much murder and pleasantries?
I don't know if there's going to be pleasantries or murder, but I am being contracted. You're correct.
There will most assuredly be murder. People pay quite a lot of money for one person to murder another group of people.
Well, I'll let you do the murdering.
Okay, I can do that, yes.
Excellent.
As this very pleasant conversation continues, we'll go ahead and meet our last character, Sophie. How would your character be entering this establishment?
My character, being the last to arrive, would feel like they are late and of come running in from the outside. They are small in stature. They are Haragon race, so they are a rabbit folk person. They are dressed in kind of like kind of luxurious style robes. They've got like folds and pockets in there, but they are dressed in a way that kind of conveys that they are performing at least to like present a little bit more auspicious and opulent than maybe they actually are. They are kind of a silver gray look with the picture here doesn't quite convey, but a little bit of a red splotch of fur around one of their eyes.
Ooh, cool.
And they come in immediately looking around, realizing that the person that they're like meant to meet is not here yet, and kind of just like very fast, like quick shuffling a deck of cards in their hand as they like catch their breath from like clearly running down the street. I can't believe I'm the last one here.
Do you think that you've ever been to the Hooked Fish Tavern before?
They, when they got to Darreok, probably did like a whole round of like going to all the taverns, trying to gauge out where they could be best used as a performer. And this one probably is not the vibe for the performance. But have definitely stopped in at one point in time before. I think they would notice Harold Harmony Jr. and Clock that they're like, oh, performer. I think I actually opened a set for him when I got in town, and kind of head in that direction.
Yeah, totally. You head over there. You see two just smiles looking at each other, like the personification of two smiles, and you both see Wackety, if I may. You both see Wackety approach you.
Wackety! Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, WH, if you don't mind.
Oh, I am so sorry, WH.
Oh, that was your name.
Yes, sorry, I've met Mr. Harmony here. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you. WH.
What are you?
Well, I pull out a business card and hand it to him. The business card reads entertainer, adventurer, lover, asterisk, no kids parties. It says on there, on the backside, it says, what is your problem? What is bothering you? What is the solution?
What are you?
Exactly, yes.
Oh no, who's on first?
I don't understand.
As this conversation, no, you go, please go ahead. No, go ahead.
And I've got the deck of cards in my hand, and I'm like, well, as an example, pick one.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. I sit back.
Don't show me.
You are covered in hair and have large ears, and I want to know why. I will pick the middle card.
Okay, and take a good look at it and put it back. I shuffle, and the large ears. My mom had large ears, dad had large ears. All my siblings had large ears, so I guess it only makes sense that I would have large ears. The fur can't really tell you what that's all about. But when it gets cold out, it's nice to be a little bit warmer. Anyway, and is this your card?
Is it?
Should I roll?
Yeah.
I mean, I actually
yes.
think I don't actually think I'm not going to make you roll. This is your profession. At the very least, this is something that you're capable of doing. So I will let you decide narratively if that is or is not the card that he actually pulled.
It was the card that you pulled. If you remember that was your card.
I can. That's delightful.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the. Hey, thank you.
Yes. As this applause appears, the door opens up, and you all see a younger black woman in her probably early 30s. You see her arrive in a suit of black armor, more leather and light armor than this image is, but long hair and a braid. And you know this to be Reyna Torhart, the young head of the Securities Guild, only having recently come in to leadership here. And you see her walk in, just very business, and turns and kind of looks and finds a table and an empty one and goes over and walks to it. And any of you that she makes eye contact with will just kind of like nod over to the table and then go sit down. So Judy, we'll start with you. You do kind of like see this happen. What do you do?
Judy would have been watching the door, so the minute she walked in, she would have hopped off the bar stool and just followed her over.
All right, wonderful.
No nod necessary.
Mr. Wagyu, you do happen to be facing the door with the gentleman that you're talking to. As you see her approach and kind of nod, what do you do?
I turn to the gentleman and just say, well, I do have to go. The person I'm meeting is now here, and I must go meet with them. But it was an absolute pleasure to meet you, sir.
I mean, the pleasure's all mine. I don't know how to thank you.
Thank you. You don't have to. It is truly one of my favorite things to just listen to people's stories and offer what advice I can. So
It's so nice.
Oh, well,
I'm gonna change things around. Next time you see me in here, it'll be as a different man.
I look forward to that, and I'm already proud of you.
Thanks.
Give him like a squeeze shoulders.
And then with your natural 20 persuasion check, he stands up with a renewed confidence, and he marches out of the tavern as you stand and slowly make your way over to...
By the time he's out of the tavern, I've gotten out of my chair.
Very slowly making your way over.
Yep.
And then the three of you that are all together at the table, you see Reyna enter. Do you just head over?
Well, this is it. Our adventure's starting. I squeeze both your hands. Let's do this.
Yes.
Wonderful. So you all head over to the table. Reyna is just sitting there, kind of leaning forward, one arm on the table, waiting for all of you to come sit down. And as you do, she looks at all of you and says, "Well, thank you all for meeting me here. I appreciate you accepting this task. I just checked in the bay, and the galleon from the dynasty has arrived, so we should be meeting our young princeling soon. Let me just kind of get into the details of this. So, perhaps some of you have met before, perhaps not. That's kind of the point. We needed a variety of you, relatively unknown, in order to not draw too much attention to your charge. Your charge being the princeling of the Savian dynasty. Warren Savian is the son of Prince Xavier. Xavier is here to speak with Baron Lucard on the possibilities of bringing the Tournament of Redemption here. God save us. Your task is simple. Guard the princeling like your life and your pocketbook depends on it. Try not to draw too much attention to yourself. The young duke wants to view the city as a commoner, so that is what we will give him, to an extent. Stay out of rough areas and try not to veer out of the set plan. Take him up to the Master Square to see the best Darreok has to offer. Let him peruse, maybe get him a little drunk. Then take him to the arena. Give the guards this." She pulls out a letter and just kind of slides it across the table to your guys' general direction.
Judy would grab it.
Okay. She says, "It will
And
grant
immediately
you..."
start reading.
Okay, well, you see what she describes, which is, she says, "It will grant you entry to the arena for him to view. Then bring him back to the Baron's castle, where I will be waiting with your payment to escort him inside. Your payment being, of course, for 1 day's work. I think it's a bit much, but the Sabian dynasty is paying 50 gold per person for a day's work. So, is there any questions?" Kind of looks in your direction.
Is there a general timeline that all of these milestones need to be achieved?
Right, just bring him, make sure you bring him to the Baron's castle before sundown.
Before sundown, gotcha. Okay.
You will be accompanied with his personal bodyguard, Sir Frederick. You tried to get them not to have anybody around, but they do have at least one person. So you'll be accompanied by his personal bodyguard, Sir Frederick. But other than that, it is just him. I have been told that they are trying to dress for the occasion. The goal here is to not let anyone know of the princeling's status. It is to just simply be a group out about enjoying.
Does he have a cover story?
I don't know if he has a cover story, but he's apparently going to be dressing the part. That's all I know.
Maybe
Ooh, that's
we'll come
fun.
up with one. We need one too. We should all come up with one too.
Oh, a cover story. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Let's do it.
Right, that's something you can figure out.
We're all
yourselves.
accountants. No, that's stupid.
I think it's a good direction.
Work party.
Yes, Midas, right.
Yes, that is my name. Will we be authorized to use lethal force in the event that an attempt is made on the life of the young child?
Wow.
Try to avoid lethal force where you can, but yes, if the life of the princeling is directly threatened, lethal force is allowed.
Oh boy. Okay.
But try to
Do
avoid.
we-
If you can dispatch of any problems, that would be best. But also we're hoping that you don't run into any issues.
You don't think that there's anybody trying to kill him? Should we be looking out for somebody?
Not that we are aware of. No, that should not be an issue.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Ah, not the best.
Not the best.
Not, it's a 10.
10? No, with a 10, I would say you believe that she kind of thinks it's a moot point.
Okay.
Any other questions?
When do we leave?
Oh, that's my question.
It's a good question.
It's a
All
great
right.
question.
Well, you'll just wait here. Sir Frederick will have a cloak with a lapel that has a pin of a rose clasping it together. That's how you'll recognize him, and he will be with the princeling. So when they arrive, you'll just begin. Any other questions? Wonderful.
No.
See you at the castle before sundown. And please, don't fuck this up. And she looks over at you, Judy. Try to keep things under control.
Oh, I'm much better than I used to be.
Let's see about that. And she walks out of the tavern. And the
Oh,
Should we all get to know each other now?
Yeah, we should work on our cover story.
Well, my name's Harold, and my cover story is that I am an accountant, and I've been on the accountant for 10 years now, and I've decided that, wait, are we all accountant? Oh my gosh, there's so many possibilities for a backstory.
Maybe we should get to know each other, like,
Okay.
for real first, and then we'll come up with a backstory together.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
well, I'm Harold. I'm Harold Harmony. It's nice to meet you all.
I mean, everybody knows who you are, Harold.
Oh, you're so silly.
Are you famous?
I wouldn't say famous, but people do. Some people do know me. I'll try to stay modest, of course.
I mean,
am
he's
a
like king
performer.
of the open mic in the city.
Oh.
Well, I have started a few open mics. So if you're interested, let me know.
You're quite talented, I've seen. Only one show, but I did see one show.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, what's your name? I grab your turtle hands.
Oh, you're so sweet. My name is Mr. Wagyu. You can either call me Mr. Wagyu or just Wago is fine as well.
Not just Mister.
That works too. Some people just do that out of a politeness without knowing my name yet, so it kind of works out well for me.
So why are you here, Mr. Wagyu? What made you want to take this job?
Oh, well, I feel like even though I'm old in years, I'm young at heart and just want to have a little bit more adventure in my life than anything without getting too crazy, so.
You are so precious. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very
I'm
much.
so glad to have your wisdom here on this trip.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited to be a part of this group of young folk here, and I'm excited to lend a hand where I can.
You, Judy? Is that the
Yeah,
they said your name was?
My name's Judy Gray. My family owns the Gray Family Farm just outside the city here.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm making some extra money to just to make some extra money,
That is fair.
No shame in that.
Yeah, gotta support that hustle.
Was what happened to your farm like a well-known thing, or
If you're a citizen of Darreok, but like Midas would know about it because it was over 6 months ago. I don't know when Wackety came to town, WH should I say, but I don't know if they would know about it. But Harold would probably know about it, and you would probably know about it. It was it was a well-known thing that had occurred.
It's probably pretty well known that I did it too.
Yeah.
okay? how is your farm doing? Is it covering okay?
Yeah, this is the best year we've had in a while.
Oh,
yeah, and
That is great to hear. Great to hear.
I've spent some time learning to control my powers, and and I'm real close to paying my daddy back for all the damages. So
Oh, well, that is wonderful, wonderful,
if I get
and
this
good.
50 gold, this might be my last job.
Oh, that is wonderful to hear, and good on you for making that amends. That is very important to do. So good for you for that.
Well, thank you. What about
real
you?
quick in the roll 20, you will see a map of Darreok
boy.
that is labeled. You are currently in the docks district next to the Azul Bay. You are on the western side of the bay. You know that up here in the north, you'll see the Baron's Castle. That's where you're supposed to end the evening. To the right of the docks district, you'll see a place called Master Square. This is a place where the best of all of the trades guilds have a shop there. And it is just like a very famous shopping area in the city to get the best of the wares here in Darreok. And then a little bit to the southwest of that, you see, or the southeast, sorry. Exchange every time I've said west with a direction east. You see that you see the Darreok Arena there, a very big arena where there's events once a month. But also the potential of the Tournament of Redemption is apparently supposed to be talked about happening here. The Tournament of Redemption is a yearly tournament where people from the Sabian dynasty who have been jailed for long prison sentences, up to and including third-degree murder, but not first or second. I forget which way that goes. It's third is the worst. So not third or second, but first degree murder is allowed. Though people with those sentences can opt to.
Opposite, isn't it the opposite?
I don't remember, but you know what the way I'm talking about.
Oh, fantasy worlds.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Fantasy
like
worlds.
basically that's like if you've killed somebody in self-defense, or if you had like publicly good reason to kill that person, even if you did get arrested, like you are allowed to participate. But if you're like a serial killer or like a mass murderer, you're not allowed to participate. Those people are usually just killed anyway. So anyway, prisoners can opt to participate in the Tournament of Redemption, which is a gladiatorial type competition where people fight amongst themselves or even like monsters. And if you survive the tournament, you are free from your sentence. So that is a yearly event. So that is what they were talking about. So yeah, that's just kind of a little bit about Darreok and the place around. You can take a look. But most of you would be pretty familiar with all these locations, even if you are relatively new. These are the like very general, like the most popular locations in Darreok. Sorry, please continue. I just wanted to point that out for you.
So sorry, what happened at your farm? I don't think I heard about this.
So a few years ago, I discovered that I have some powers that I didn't know about, and
Sure.
I may have started a distant fire that I didn't know about at the time, and it kind of grew, and well, we lost almost a year's worth of crops.
Oh,
But
goodness.
I'm paying my father back.
Judy, please take my share of the money, please.
Oh, no. I cannot take your share of the money.
Yes, you must not take her. You must not take his share.
I won't. Who are you?
I am Midas.
Oh,
You want more information? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
I am from the sea. I have been here for 6 months. I'm
Oh,
finding
that's-
it quite enlightening. I'm learning very much about people, places, and also things.
How is the
Wow.
sea? I heard it's beautiful this time of year.
Well, there are many varying temperatures across the sea. So in some places,
Oh.
yes, it is nice. Other places, it is not so nice. But also, that is subjective. So at certain points, you're bound to enjoy whatever the weather is in the sea.
That's just like the land. That's crazy.
Ha!
That is true. That is a very good point.
What made you want to take this job, Midas?
Well, I am 6 months into what we call the surfacing. a period of 5 years where we join land and see what it is like.
Oh. Oh.
I've come here to learn and to meet colleagues and comrades.
Well, what do you think?
It is nice. Some stuff isn't nice, but most of it is very nice. Would you like to hear a joke?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who is there?
Spell.
Spell
Spell
who?
who?
Spell who?
WHO.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a joke.
Oh.
You
this,
get it.
and in this moment of uproarious laughter, you see two individuals enter this room. First, you see. Hold on just a second. First, you see an older man with graying hair, in a long cloak and armor. The cloak, not very nice looking, but closing over his definitely somewhat nice looking armor. And you see the clasp keeping his cloak together is the pendant of a rose. As a short-timmed gray beard, you recognize this man to most likely be Sir Frederick. And then accompanying him, you see a young man, short, sandy blonde hair, dressed in what he would probably consider to be commoners' clothes, which is they're dark and seem to be made out of somewhat low quality materials, but they're not worn at all, or tattered, and so in that way they don't look super common. But he wouldn't immediately draw the eye. That's only something that you would notice by just kind of really taking a look. And so this to probably be Warren Savian, the son of the prince of the dynasty that you are currently occupying. So the two of them walk in and just kind of start to look around. They you don't know if they know what you look like or if they know who to expect, but they're currently just kind of looking.
I wave. Hey, come over.
And Sir Frederick walks over and he says, good morrow. Are you the welcoming party?
Yeah.
Yes,
We sure
welcome.
Warren comes over and sits down. Oh, hello. What a pleasure to meet all of you. Oh, man, you are one weird-looking bunch. This is amazing. Hello, my name is... my name is Christopher.
Oh,
That's good.
Hello, Christopher.
Hi,
Hello.
Christopher.
Hello.
Lovely to meet you, Christopher.
Yes.
We were just all discussing the reason why we all came together to be here tonight.
Oh, yes, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what this city has to offer.
Yes, it's very nice, and I'll look over at Matt. What's your character's name?
Harold.
Harold. Say, it's very nice to have an evening off from our busy accounting jobs.
What?
Yes, this is our night off, and we're gonna hit the town because God, those books need to be kept.
Just like some
You
normal,
see Sir
regular
Frederick kind of
accounting
gets a
kids.
confused face.
A co-worker
might-
retreat.
We might have run into... we might not be talking about the same thing.
no, see, much in the way that you are Christopher, we are accountants.
Oh, I love it. Freddie, they're accountants. And he
I'm
kind
winking so hard at them.
Sir Frederick kind of rolls his eyes. Right, of course. Well, consider me a fly on the wall. And he kind of just takes a couple steps back, and then Warren leans in. So, what do we have started for me?
Well, we should start with a couple drinks. What do you say? This is the best tavern in town.
Really?
Oh. No,
Oh no, but it's
absolutely
fine.
No.
Okay, good. Wonderful.
It's only up from here.
Oh, wonderful. I heard of a certain place that I would like to visit. called the Velvet Pillow over in Leisure Alley, I think it was called. If I could.
Well, I
We're
don't
gonna need a
think
couple
that
drinks
was
before
on
we go there.
the agenda, but let me check. And we've been like writing down
It's
the notes.
Christopher's big day. I think if he wants to go to the Velvet Pillow, we should absolutely take him there.
Yes,
I
I
promised to
agree,
show him
Mr.
around.
Oh, Miss Rabbit?
You can call me Jeff.
Jeff. Wonderful, Jeff.
Should we take the Christopher to do his naked business?
Maybe
Well-
we get a drink first. I'll get around.
Well, I
Let us
will
to try
say,
the
Since you've
generic
been there.
ale.
Okay, well, sure, I can try it. Oh, yes. No, actually, that's very exciting. I would love to try some generic ale.
Oh, all right. I'll be right back with that.
Okay.
gonna get
I
us-
do want to note that Leisure Alley is on the other side of the city to the Master Square, where we were headed next.
Oh, well, good. I get to see more of the city then. Wonderful.
Okay.
As you
What day
approach,
is that right now?
it's like probably at this point, probably like 10ish.
So we have a lot of time.
Do you think you can make your visit to the Velvet Pillow fast? Are you able to do that?
Maybe an hour or so.
I might be meeting a certain someone there, and should be a relatively short meeting, but not too short.
Well,
We
all
are
right.
not to leave you alone.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, of course not. But you would not have to follow me into the room, you know.
Yes, we would have to do that.
Oh
No,
well.
I think we could just watch maybe the window outside and be outside the door.
No.
Oh well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What are all the rest of your names? I've met Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
Oh, wonderful. Another spelled with a G, I assume.
Yes, Geo.
Of course. And your name?
Oh, me?
Oh, of course. I should tell you who I'm looking at because you can't tell. Your name, Turtle Man?
Oh, well, you can just call me Mister.
Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Jeff.
Okay, yeah, it's fine.
Good looking. What is your name?
Which one of us is good looking to you?
Oh, well, I mean, you're not too hard to look at.
Ah, you do mean me. Hello.
Hello.
I am. My name is Midas.
Midas. Wonderful.
I
Nice to
nudge
meet you.
Midas.
Stop that.
You return with a tray of generic ale.
And
Judy?
also a shot for everyone, and I took a shot at.
Okay, all right, noted. She comes back with a generic ale mug for everyone and a shot for everyone.
A generic rum shot.
Oh, wonderful! This is Warren immediately takes his drinks.
Chef side eyes Judy, and
Supposed to show 'em a good
pretends to drink the beer. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. You do see that Sir Frederick is just like very much watching you guys. Like, and when this happens, he's like, and he kind of narrows his eyes.
Well, cheers, everyone, to General Ledgers.
To General Ledgers, may
General
he lead
Ledgers.
us in victory.
Yes.
General Ledgers
Yep.
always keeps everyone safe.
I've never heard of
Yep.
I'll self-consciously also not take a drink and put it down.
it.
Half my shot just spills as I'm shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I set the glass down, pour the shot into the drink, and just leave it.
Okay, perfect. Warren kind of slams his hand on the tables. So, to the velvet pillow, yes?
I suppose so.
Wonderful.
Let's do
Sounds
it.
like a great time.
I'm surprised everyone's on board with this, but okay. If that's where
Listen.
we're going, that's where we're gonna go.
I don't live here, so lead the way.
All right.
I know exactly where to go.
Wonderful.
I'll take up the caboose here. See, I'll make.
And you start to head out of the Hooked Fish Tavern and back out into the Docks District before eventually heading to the area of Leisure Alley. I just now realized I don't actually have. Oh wait, yes I do. Oh, here's Leisure Alley. You approach. It takes you, probably about 10-15 minutes. As a matter of fact, with that being said, is there anything that anybody would like to do on that journey along the way? That 10 to 15 minute walk to Leisure Alley.
I'm pointing out everything that we passed to.
Of
Warren.
course, he's eating it up too. He's
I
just
am
like,
too.
oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, yes, but you're pointing out stuff that's like, and that is a door. Every time it's like, oh, yes, wonderful. That's great.
They use stones for streets.
Oh, I did notice that.
Yes.
We do the same over in, yes, interesting. But some places I hear is mud. So.
And sand.
Oh, yes, and sand too, of course. You're
And
very good
grass.
looking.
Yes, I
am. And you make your way over to Leisure Alley. Is there anything else that anybody wants to do? Just making sure.
I would just talk like Sir Frederick's ear off on the way.
Okay.
Trying to like plan the rest of the day and like where we're gonna eat meals and stuff, and like questions like, well, what does he like to eat? What kind of things does he like to do? And I'm trying to like figure out what stalls we're gonna go to at the market and plan everything for the day.
Sir Frederick like really is not a big fan of like the chitter chatter, and so he like gives you like very one word answers and kind of is just like, it's up to you. I don't really care. I'm sure he'll like it. Blah 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 blah. But he does answer things occasionally that you can kind of get like a map of where you think might be good things to stop by.
And Judy just like chit chats so much that she probably doesn't even notice that he's not fully answering.
Yeah, for sure.
To think that if you're at the back, Mr. Frederick, Wagu's there too, and it's like a conversation where you're really trying to ask him, but it's really just us having a conversation, and he chimes in.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's definitely
like, we could really go to that one place. That
I do love that place. Have you ever had that?
Yeah, love it.
I think on the flip side, Wackety is like up ahead and like kind of like zipping around.
Yeah, for sure.
Investigating while they're kind of in a core group, and then those three in the back.
Go ahead and as the one person who's kind of just like not engaged in conversation, go ahead and make a perception check for him.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hell yeah.
It's a 12.
Okay. You guys keep going, and you eventually make your way to the Velvet Pillow. You end up walking inside. It is a very lush place. It's multiple stories. It is a very nice inn as well as brothel. And there's like two on as soon as you walk in the door on either side, there's two like 70s living room pits with like pillows and stuff that you can go and chill at. There's a front desk, and then on either side of the front desk are two staircases that go up into other rooms here. Behind the desk, you see WH, who you would definitely know to be the owner of the Velvet Pillow, Lila. She is a female tiger tabaxi who dresses in these like deep maroon robes. And she kind of like puts her arms out as all of you walk in. And she says, "Hello, welcome. WH, wonderful to see you."
Yeah, I'm not putting in a shift today, but I brought a friend.
Oh, okay, wonderful. You brought a friend. And you all see Lila. And Warren kind of steps up and walks over. "Oh my, you are exotic." And Sir Frederick kind of just like shakes his head and like looks down. And she says, "Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you noticing. How may I help you?" And he kind of steps forward. and he says, "I believe we've been in touch. My name is Warren." And her eyes kind of go wide, and you do see is like the one person that she probably knows best in this group, WH. She kind of looks over at you and just kind of like raises an eyebrow, as in like, "Is that true? Is this who I'm talking to?"
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, lovely. I'm very happy to make your acquaintance. It is an honor. Your room is ready. And Warren kind of sighs and looks over at. Sorry, there's someone outside my house. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, they're walking away, so maybe they just left something on the door. Warren kind of stretches, gets a little bit excited, and then looks behind at all of you and says, "Well, I shan't be too long. Thank you so much."
We are joining you. We do need to watch.
Oh,
Maybe
You don't need to watch.
just Midas.
I need
go.
to be in the room. That is important.
If you so choose to have
I would
him join.
prefer
perhaps.
not to have. Would prefer to have a little bit of privacy. I'm sure it's fine. This is a well, taken care of establishment. I'm sure standing outside the door will be sufficient.
I will sweep the room first.
Wonderful. Sure.
Check for bad things, and then stand outside the door.
Of course, that sounds great. All right, well, I guess come on along.
Okay.
And he kind of asks Lila which room, and she tells him how to get there and which room it is. All of you make your way up the stairs, and you go up 2 flights of stairs to get into a suite. And you have the room pointed out to you, and Warren kind of looks around and says, "Oh, I think this is the one." And then he turns to you, Midas.
I will
If
do
you
a
please.
general sweep,
General
checking
sweep?
closets, checking under beds.
I will say roll a
Very thorough.
perception check for me.
Perception. Okay, that is one of my proficiencies. 7.
7. You look around. You don't see any people. You don't see. You open up all the closets and stuff. Everything's empty. You feel satisfied that there is no one else in this room, and you are on the 2nd floor.
I will remain vigilant.
Wonderful. So you'll all wait out here then. That's great. Wonderful.
Yeah, maybe
Maybe
around.
just one person hanging out in the hallway and the rest of us
We
downstairs
can
is
post
less
elsewhere.
conspicuous.
Outside windows, checking for windows.
Ooh,
All
there's a
exits
window.
must be covered.
That's a good point as well. I'd prefer to have a seat inside if people don't
Well,
mind.
while you all figure this out, I'm going to go into the room. And Warren
Okay.
goes into the room and shuts the door.
WH, you are very fast. Would you like to go outside and check the window for bad things?
Yeah,
No?
absolutely.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
That's, sorry.
I'll come with you, WH, and I'll stand guard out, and I'll make sure nobody goes in the window.
Perfect.
All right, so WH and Judy start to head downstairs. Midas stays here.
Are you in the hallway with me, Harold?
Yeah.
I would start heading downstairs. I probably got about halfway before you had the conversation. I just turned around and headed back downstairs.
Sir Frederick also stays in the hallway.
I open up, I take the net off of my shoulder and I open up. Would you care for octopus?
It's
is
just
this
raw, no longer writhing octopus.
is this a delicacy in under the water where you're from?
In
It
under
is-
the water.
It is a meal one can eat, yes.
Okay.
I'm already chewing on a tentacle.
Blech.
Yeah. I'm open to it. Sure, no problem.
Pick a leg.
Oh, the third one.
1, 2, 3, here.
Do I pull it off or
If you can, sure.
I just start nibbling on it while it's still attached to the octopus?
I
Okay.
typically leave it attached to it.
Okay.
It is salty Very rubbery. And pretty much those two adjectives.
You can taste the ocean.
Ooh, that is so good.
Mr. Wegu, you start to head downstairs. Do you just kind of like pick a spot at one of the living room pits?
Yeah, one preferably that I could have like eyes on the front door and the room,
Of
or at
course.
least the staircase as best as I can. But
Yeah.
yeah, then
Definitely.
spend 10 minutes walking there and sitting down.
And then WH and Judy, you guys head outside, and you just kind of you just like think about the layout of the building and then head to where the windows for this building are. They are in an alleyway, so you can either go stay at the mouth of the alleyway, you can go into the alleyway and stay directly beneath where the windows are. It's up to you.
Is
I
there
think I
like
would-
a? Go ahead.
I think I would try to put us kind of like, or at least myself, like slightly into the alleyway where I can see maybe like towards like where the front door is, but
Yeah.
also up towards the window.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I would find a place similar to that, but specifically look for like a dumpster with a lid or like a wooden crate or like something that I can just like sit on and kind of casually keep watch.
Okay, cool. As you guys are sitting there waiting and watching, you see a figure enter the establishment. They are a womanly figure in a long, deep red cloak with the hood up, and they walk in. And you might not make too much note of that. It doesn't necessarily seem like super out of place for the clientele or the workers who would be in this location. Mr. Wagyu, you see the same person. They walk in and kind of stand in the lobby, and Lila heads from around the desk and says, hello, wonderful to meet you. He is waiting for you. And the woman kind of just doesn't really say anything, walks away, starts to head up the staircase. And then those of you outside of the room in the hallway, you would, yes, Jamo.
It probably would be a hard perception check, but under the cloak, are there any weird like lumps or things that would seem to be like a weapon or a rapier or something like that
Yeah, roll a perception
Wagyu
check.
could see? Hiya. I hope this isn't continuing. That was a 4. I am scarred.
Wow,
So,
4s.
it's a 6 total.
You do not see any weapons. It doesn't even really look like there's armor under. You just see what you're able to see with a 6 is they seem to be human looking. Definitely feminine in bone structure. It's pretty much all you're able to see. And those of you in the hallway, you see this figure approach you, this woman in red. And she starts to walk up to the door.
Hello there.
Hello.
I assume you're coming into this room. I'm standing right in front of the door.
Sir Frederick actually speaks, not the woman, and he says, "That's who he's meeting."
Can I do a divine sense to see if they are
Ooh.
100%. Yeah, you kind of like
celestial fiend undead? I
you're-
just grasp
you're,
like
like-
my trident and like it glows a little bit under where my hand is.
Yeah, like the slightest bit of turquoise light, and you open up your senses, kind of surveying the room, and you do not get a ping of celestial fiend or undead from anybody. She kind of just like looks expectantly at you, Harold. You can't really see her face. You just see like the bottom half of her mouth.
Of course, I will let you in, but pleasantries. My name is Harold Harmony Jr. Put my hand out to her.
Puts out her hand but doesn't say anything.
Very silent. I kind of like that.
Sir Frederick speaks up. She's who he's meeting.
I look at Sir Frederick. Okay.
All right, you let her inside. Warren says, "Oh, hello."
I would also do a very quick, just like eye scan to make sure no
Sure, roll a perception check.
weapons.
Be better than a 4.
Yeah, 21.
You do see that she is wearing armor underneath, but you do not see any weapons.
Curious attire for this. But oh well.
She doesn't really. She walks inside, and then Warren walks up to the door and kind of gives you all thumbs up and shuts the door.
Good luck.
I found her pleasantries to be not pleasant.
Normally people don't treat me with complete silence, but I don't know. I kind of liked it.
I'm glad you liked it.
Sir Frederick, do you know
Yes.
this person? Mysterious woman in red?
No, I just knew who he was meeting.
He was paying for intercourse.
I see what's
Sure.
happening here. Okay, maybe I'll get my own room later. Woohoo!
Oh.
Go ahead and roll insight checks, both of you.
Why do you leave the dumb ones upstairs?
That's rude.
Dumb doesn't mean unwise.
We're all
Natural
devils,
20,
actually.
19.
4.
Well, we will honor nat 20s even if they do have negative modifiers.
God, stop.
You roll a nat 20. When Midas said he's paying for intercourse and Sir Frederick kind of rolled his eyes and said sure, that's definitely not what's happening here. As a matter of fact, it seems like, and you're not necessarily completely, I would say with a nat 20, you've been around in this city enough to know that the Velvet Pillow is oftentimes used as a meeting place for people who want to have conversations that they can't have in more public locations. Trying to think of the best way to describe, but I don't want to say nefarious.
Discreet.
But discreet. Yeah, discreet meetings sometimes happen here that aren't necessarily always of a sexual nature.
Come on, Fred. What's really going on in there? You could be honest with us.
I am being honest with you when I say I do not know.
Give him a.
Is there something in your eye?
It's a wink. A wink is in my eye.
You have to open your eye after you close it for a wink to really be effective. Oh, beautiful. I'll start clapping.
Yes. Yes.
And a conversation supposedly starts and occurs in this room. While all of you are waiting, is there anything that you do? I saw Emily shake her head.
I would just grab I would just draw a line in the dirt, 10 feet away or so, and grab some marbles out of my bag and hand 5 marbles to WH and say, first to 5?
I mean, all right. We gotta keep an eye out.
All right, both of you roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh my gosh. Ooh. It's my 19.
Same.
19, nice. Okay, well, whose dexterity is higher? I'm assuming it's WH's.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
Yeah, okay. So, WH does get to 5 first, but it is a close battle. You guys definitely are it goes right up into it's only the fact that you let WH go first that they're able to get to 5 first.
WH kind of gets into it too with I'm paying attention, this is not a big deal if it's competitive because it's so close.
Yeah. But yeah, so WH pulls out the win. Is there anything else that any of you are doing during this time?
I would just chat up someone, whether it's a patron or a worker or anyone, and just like
Okay,
ask them
yeah.
about their life, how they wound up here. If it's a patron, they're probably uncomfortable.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely find somebody that you're able to talk to. Maybe it takes you a couple tries of people like entertaining you for a second and then walking away before you actually are able to talk to someone who sticks with you for a minute.
And I do keep an eye on the doors and stuff, but
Yeah. Everybody
more
up in the
passive.
hallway. Anything that you guys are doing?
I start performing for Sir Frederick and Midas.
Okay.
I just start
Terrible
doing like
security detail.
soft like foot taps, and then I pull out this big parchment. In taverns echoing with laughter and song, legends are born and heroes belong. In every corner a quest awaits, in every shadow a mystery of fates.
You thought those words yourself.
I did.
Wow.
I am using my enthralling performance bard class.
Okay.
If I perform for at least a minute.
Oh yeah, it's definitely been a minute for sure.
So both Sir Frederick and Midas need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I love this.
Okay.
DC 13.
Wisdom saving wisdom. Oh, okay. I'm actually.
Sir Frederick fails.
I fail as well.
All right, you are now charmed by me, which means
Oh my
you
God.
idolize me, you speak glowingly of me to anyone who speaks about it, and you hinder anyone who opposes me, avoiding violence. That's it.
Interesting.
That's
Okay, how long does
amazing.
that last?
Let's see. Well, after 1 hour. If
Okay,
it takes
cool.
inner damage, if you attack it or it witnesses you attacking or damaging any of its allies.
Interesting. Well, Sir Frederick anyway looks at you and says, honestly, that was surprisingly poignant. Well done. And he kind of like reaches into his purse and pulls out a couple gold and hands it to you.
No, please give this to Judy. She needs it.
I will. I will.
I found myself to be emotionally stirred. You may have the rest of the octopus.
Thank you. I know that's a,
If
I
you
know that's a
dislike
beautiful
eating it,
gesture.
you may keep the other bits for other purposes. I don't know what.
I will. Thank you. I begin to put it in my satchel with all my loose paper. I'm like, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, and then you try to take it out of the satchel, and some pieces of paper stick to it, and there's just a little bit of a mess happening.
Little suction cups on these guys.
Could wear it as a hat.
WH and Judy, I need you both to make perception checks at disadvantage for me. This is the marbles game.
$11.
Judy.
Disadvantage, I got a 12. I rolled a dirty 20 first.
Oh no. Okay, you don't notice. I mean, but those aren't like zero numbers, so you definitely don't notice anybody like outwardly nefarious, or like aggressive. But you don't really notice anything else outside of that either. So eventually, after about 30 minutes, the meeting ends. The door opens. The woman in red exits, kind of just like nodding to all of you in the hallway and then leaving. You see Warren come out, and he's definitely like not in as good of a mood as he was. He's like kind of putting on a face, but he seems to be a little less jovial and a little bit more serious as he says, "Well, that was fun. Where are we going next?"
Let's well, Christopher, let's go grab the rest of our party.
All right, let's. And you start to head down the stairs. Mr. Wagyu, you see them coming out, and then you two in the alleyway see everybody exiting, and you all eventually rejoin each other out in the streets of Darreok.
Would,
All right, well,
would
next-
Chris still look unhappy? Or
Yeah, I mean, I would say even by the time he reaches you guys, it's not that he's necessarily unhappy, it's just that he's obviously, like, he was genuinely very much enjoying himself, and now he's kind of, like, doing what royal people do and, like, putting on a face. And I would say that that's pretty obvious to most of you.
I gotta say, I've never seen anybody come out of that place with less than a glow on them.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I Well, I guess maybe next time.
Even at my age, I know a thing or two, and sometimes things don't go the way you want them.
That wasn't the issue. That
And
was not. There was no problem. That's not a problem with me. I've never had that problem. And
Oh.
never will have that problem. So.
It's okay if you do. It
No,
doesn't
I know it
mean
is okay.
anything
It's
negative.
very
I'm
okay,
just
but
saying.
It's more often. And more,
It's super
it does
okay,
happen.
but it's
Very
not
common,
me, not for
actually.
me.
Old turtle man, do you come to this place often?
No, I don't. Every once in a while, because it does attract some quite interesting people, and I do enjoy hearing people's stories, and I just met a couple of them and had a nice chat, and so I usually come here for that, if so, but I haven't really visited upstairs.
I have been propositioned many times outside of this establishment
Oh.
for sex for my body in exchange for money and or goods and services.
Well, have you ever taken them up
Okay.
on that offer?
I have not, but I am not above it.
Good. Well, noted. I'll find your price eventually. I'm just kidding. It's well,
Anyway, I
Maybe
think
that
we should
time
head
will
over.
go better for you.
We should head over to Master Square. Mr. Wago and I were just earlier. We were talking about a real nice place there. We could grab some lunch, a little
Mhm,
lunch on the go, and then give you a little tour of Master Square. What do you say?
wonderful. I say let's do it. And Warren starts to back up, and he runs into this guy who seems to be a little bit drunk, exiting one of the other establishments, the Drunken Cleric. It's called a religious themed tavern with high quality liqueurs. He kind of bumps into this person, and the person says, "Oi, hey, watch yourself, mate." And Warren says, "Oh, well, obviously I didn't mean to do that. I apologize." And the man says, "Yeah, that's right, you do apologize, Pipsqueak." And he starts to walk away.
Can
And
I use Mage Hand to just like grab his ankle as he walks?
Roll a. Are you? Well, first of all, are you making it obvious that you're casting this?
See, here's the question: is like, do I want to waste a sorcery point to do subtle spells? So that the answer to this is no. No, I'm not gonna make it like obvious.
Okay, so roll a sleight of hand check then.
Okay.
No problem.
Roll that first.
Sleight of hand. Oh well, that's a natural one.
A natural one.
No
Okay.
problem.
You
no.
very obviously start to cast a spell, moving your hand in an intricate formation. And
Emily learned nothing from Wizard U last week.
And the two guys kind of like immediately take a step back. You see that one of them pulls out a dagger. Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
Why
and can
why-
I quickly change what I'm doing to minor illusion instead?
Sure. What do you do?
And just minor illusion, like a likeness of the man who just walked away, and say, I'm very sorry. I just like to practice my magic on interesting faces, and you had such a lovely face. I'm
Well,
sorry.
put
if I
that, well, that's
offended.
not. Don't be making a magic person out of me. Don't do that.
I also made him like much more handsome.
It's a good likeness, but that's not. Put
All
that
right, well,
away.
I'm sorry if I offended. But
Warren-
get
Warren
your weapons out.
Warren steps forward and says, "Yes, I agree. There's no need for this kind of buffoonery. I obviously didn't mean to do it, and also I'm not a pipsqueak, sir." And he kind of like steps a little bit closer.
I want to take Judy and Warren by the arms and move forward. You will both be killed certainly if you are acting like this. You are both very squishy people and will die very quickly if a blade comes at your head.
I'm not.
I would request
please, unhand me. I am not a squishy person.
Yes,
Please.
we are moving forward. Everyone, we are moving.
He's going to try to break
agree
out.
with Midas. Let's.
He's going to break out and try to roll an athletics check. So roll an athletics check.
Okay,
He
I'm actually
rolled
good
a
at
17 on the die, but that's only a total of 18.
Well, I just barely got better with a 19.
Okay.
Nice.
So you pull out a 19, and he says, "This is absolutely absurd." And the person behind him says, "Yeah, that's right. Let your bodyguard do all the work, coward." And he starts to turn.
I would just walk up to those guys. Oh, I'm very sorry for my coworkers. We're trying to have a group bonding experience, but clearly this is maybe a little foolhardy in our attempts to really bond as coworkers. But it's
I don't really
apologies
care,
for their.
old man. Get a move
That's
on.
fair. Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you guys. Even it's still the same.
Walk away.
Oh, have a good one. Okay.
When they pull a knife, I physically recoil and like take a step back.
Yeah, of course. So Frederick notes that, and it's like he kind of like, no, he's still charmed by you. So Sir Frederick notes that, and he says, "Don't worry, you'll be all right."
I kind of nudge him and then point to Judy. You remember that gold?
Oh, right. And he walks over to you, Judy. Excuse me, Miss Gray.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, Miss.
Oh, did you think of something? Did you think of a place you would like to eat? Because we can change it.
Yeah,
I mean,
take
that
these
was just
2
an idea.
gold, please.
Oh no! I don't need your gold.
No, please take it. It's to be quiet.
I'm not gonna be quiet, but I will take your gold.
Okay, at least consider it.
All right.
He walks back to you, Harold, and kind of gives you a thumbs up.
Good work.
But it is. Right. After you like pulled them away for a little bit, Warren like he doesn't hurt you, but he punches you in your arm, Midas, and says, "Unhand me now!"
Yes, we're an appropriate distance away from the imminent danger. I can let you go.
You are not to touch me without my consent again. Do you understand?
I do understand. As someone who is accounting for you today, my suggestion to you is to not get into fights with local people. They are often violent and rude, and will surely make a mess of you.
All right, well, as an accountant, I'm sure you can make sense of this. Touch me without my permission again, and you will have minus 50 gold to your payment.
I understand.
Okay, good. And he kind of walks away. Sir Frederick looks at you, Midas, and just kind of like gives you like a nod of like, you did the right thing. And Warren and the rest of you make your way to Master Square. And that is where we will take a little bio break. So we're going to take a little bio break right there. Stand up, stretch, get some water, but don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back. We last left off with our party having just let Warren meet with a mysterious woman in red at the Velvet Pillow. There was a bit of an altercation outside with a couple of thugs, but now we are making our way to Master Square, which again is kind of the place where all the guild halls, and you do actually, you pass the guild halls, it takes you, almost like probably like close to like 30-40 minutes to get over to the other side of the city, but you pass by the other guild halls, and you make your way to Master Square, where all of the guild halls have shops where you can find the best of the best. We'll say for the sake of brevity that you guys have some lunch, that you are able to kind of show Warren around at certain locations. His mood picks up a little bit, but while all of that is happening, while you guys are just kind of going to and from in Master Square and just kind of showing him around, go ahead and everybody roll a perception check for me.
$14.
14.
Also 14.
14.
19.
18, 19, Judy?
11.
Okay. Mr. Wagyu and WH, you both at one point separately notice, just as you're going kind of like you're spending just time in the square and you're going around. You both at one point notice two figures cloaked in black who are just kind of following your movements and keeping eyes on you guys.
WH would kind of keep an eye on that, but fall back to where Frederick maybe is.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the run in this show.
Yeah.
As much as any of us might like to think otherwise.
Yeah. And he's kind of just like in the middle of the square, just like accessible.
Yeah. And would quickly like nonchalantly just be like, hey, I just wanted to show you something, and like using kind of like thieves can't like tell, like start to say something, but like point in that direction and like.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to just kind of like keep one conversation surface level going while also like kind of signaling. And he looks behind you and sees the cloaked figures, and he just kind of nods, and he says, he would say, right, I think I'm gonna go get a coffee, make sure I can keep my eyes open. And kind of heads towards where he just like heads around, like to where he can like get another angle. But clearly he's telling you, keep your eyes open, like keep watching them. While you go and tell Sir Frederick, Mr. Wagyu, is there a specific thing that you do when you kind of discover this?
Are they specifically like following Warren, or like have they noticed like our group and keeping an eye on everyone?
They've probably noticed like Judy is probably not really left Warren's side as the one who's kind of like helming this, like, so like there's probably a few of you that they've noticed, but they do seem to be like keeping their focus on Warren.
Okay. Then I would, because I also feel like Mr. Wagyu's trying to keep up with everyone, but he's also the classic dad that like makes friends with every shopkeeper and tries to like have a conversation, so he probably falls behind like the group, and then eventually they like disperse. So I think he would kind of make his way closer to the cloaked figures, and as much as he can like not make it obvious that he's now like extra following them, but either like getting close enough to like hear if they're talking or just be a little closer to try to get a better view of them, things like that.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
19.
19, yeah. You think you're able to kind of just like be amongst the crowd and get near them. You get near them enough to know that they are clearly not talking with each other, and silently like staring and watching, occasionally sharing like a sniff or like they will kind of like point to like something that he's doing or something like that, but they're staying very stoically and just kind of watching and not really caring about the fact that I mean, they're not like blatantly doing it, but they're not like hiding behind a barrel or something. Like they're just kind of staring at him on the streets.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything yet. I would just keep myself within like 5 to 10 feet of mingling with other people and being in the crowd, so I could intervene with something that they like do quickly.
I think that Sir Frederick would slowly come up to each of you, kind of ending at WH, basically saying like, we should get going. Let's head to the arena. Let's like get out of this area. And so you start to gather, and Warren's like, oh, well, I guess, I guess it's been nice. I really appreciate you, Girl Jeff, for helping me figure all of this out. This has been wonderful. Darreok really is a one-of-a-kind city. Mr. Wagan?
If he had come up to me and said the same, since I didn't warn him, I would basically say like, okay, I'm a little slower, so I'll meet you there. And as I notice like the group start to leave, I would just basically approach the cloaked figures to do something to slow them down to see if they can kind of lose our tail.
Okay, so do the rest of you kind of just like start to head out? Is there anything that you do in particular?
I mean, if would Frederick have told all of us about like the specific cloaked
Not
people?
not in this public area, no.
Okay.
I think he would just be like, let's go.
Then I
Okay.
am staying like a few feet away from Warren, just making sure that the people that are close to him are safe, but also that like
For sure.
we can clear out safely as well.
You start to travel on the roads to the southeast to head to the Darreok Arena. What do you do specifically as you approach the cloak figures, Mr. Wagyu?
I pull out like a random paper, and like quickly jot on it a note that says like, find Frank at the general store or like something like that.
Okay.
That is like enough to be like something that I was supposed to do.
Uh-huh.
And I would just walk in front of their path so they bump into me to then like start a conversation with them.
That you just like you kind of run into them.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a little lost if
fine.
I'm honest.
They literally just say like it's fine, and then they start to like art around
you do gentlemen know where
Sorry,
the
don't have the time.
store... but oh well, okay.
And they're just like,
he
yeah, and
doesn't
they're
want
just
to cause
watching
a
him.
supple, but
Yeah. And you see him start to head that way. But you start to tail them, I'm assuming.
yes.
And so as you guys get onto like a less crowded street, Sir Frederick just kind of like very casually to all of you say, WH noticed that there was some individuals following us around.
Oh God.
If we the hour has passed, so he's like, it's fine. It's just if we could maybe take an indirect route to our location or something like that. And he kind of like describes very briefly, and all of you like take a second to find your moment to kind of like look back, and you see the figures.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Judy, can you? I don't know. Let's take are they dangerous?
I don't suppose that they have good intentions. Oh, I'm sure. Maybe they're just fans, you know. Maybe it's, but you know, they've never seen royalty before. Maybe I should approach them and ask if you know if they need anything.
Maybe one of us should approach them first. Maybe that's a little safer.
Do typically fans follow at a distance in black cloaks looking like they want to murder?
I think that's happened once or twice, but no, I guess not typically. No.
Okay. Let's we'll send
I'll
a
go
delegate.
introduce myself.
Yeah.
Oh. This is a good idea.
You turn and start to head towards them. Mr. Wagyu, you see them see Judy approach them, the person that they like associate the most other than Warren himself, and they both split off from each other and head into two different alleyways.
While they are like now no longer like with their eyes on us, I do think that you know, a distraction from all of this might be helpful, and look at Christopher and
Yes.
pull my hood up and then pull it back and cast disguise self and make myself look like him.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you got it directly correct. And he like reaches out and kind of goes through his human face and then down a little bit to feel your ears. Oh, sorry. I don't know if that felt weird. Wonderful, wonderfully done. This is magnificent. And then Sir Frederick says, right, you just continue on this pathway. Warren, please. And he kind of like, he takes himself, Harold, and Midas into like a nearby alleyway, like cutting off and going into an alleyway, and asks that you just like stay on the street heading forward. Mr. Wake.
As we, sorry, no.
No, we'll come back to Mr. Wake. You want to say what you're going to say.
Just really quickly before we go, I just want to cast guidance on WH for the next. It's only going to last for the next minute, but just in case you got to do anything because you're alone.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
yeah,
got
for
anything
sure.
more to add.
Perfect. That will come in handy. Mr. Wagyu, what do you do?
I signaled to Judy, who's the kind of the closest, and basically point to one that went off to the right, we'll say, and say like I'm gonna follow them, and then like with newfound speed that has not been seen before, I catch up to him and I kind of
Okay.
dart off into a alley.
Yeah, you see Mr. Wagyu kind of like point off in direction and then like scuttle very quickly off to follow one of them. What do you do, Junie?
Judy wasn't gonna follow them, but now
You don't have to.
I think Judy would just kind of wait there.
Okay, sure. You wait there. I need Mr. Wagyu. I need you to make a perception check for me.
Perception. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You are able to keep tabs on the guy as he kind of like winds in and out of some alleyways. He's very quickly like kind of darting. You see that he's kind of heading still in the direction of the Darreok Arena, but a little bit more so to like the edge of the tier. But as of right now, you have a trail on him. Do you just kind of, you're going to be faster than him, so do you just kind of follow, or are you wanting to approach him?
I think he would think that Judy was following the other and like we're gonna stop them. So
Okay.
I think he would eventually, like, once he realizes that he's still heading to the arena, like he kind of knew where we were going, maybe I think he would at one point catch up enough so it's a little bit of a surprise moment that like either darting around an alley and cutting him off or something like that, so he's standing kind of face to face.
He like turns a corner and sees that you're already standing there. He immediately kind of like jumps back and like pulls the dagger out of his sheath.
You know, it's very rude to ignore someone when they have a question for you and just need some help.
He's just staring at you.
Why do you have a dagger out?
Why are you following me?
To teach you a lesson, son. And you're pretty quick. It took some effort to follow you, and I'd appreciate it if you put the dagger away so we could just have a conversation.
Either you walk away, or this dagger is very much not being put away.
That's not a very kind thing to do.
All right, roll initiative.
Terrible.
He got an 8.
I also got an 8. My dex is 17.
His is 18, so he is going to go above you. He is going to roll to attack you. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. Okay. Wonderful. That's a natural 1. So he's gonna he comes at you to try to like stab you, but I think he's expecting still like a really old turtle, and kind of like just like goes to just like it's a direct stab, and you just very slyly like move to the side, and he kind of like misses you, and his eyes go wide, and it's your turn.
Cool. Because I haven't played a monk, I think actually ever before. If I do like a flurry of blows, I can do that after I make like a weapon attack still. Like I don't have to have free hands. It could be like
so
a kick
you can
or
basically
anything.
you can do 3 unarmed attacks, or you can do like a staff attack and then 2 unarmed attacks, or
great.
the Fury of Blows is 2 unarmed strikes specifically. Those can't be weapon attacks, but the first one can be a weapon attack.
Cool. Then I'm gonna try to bop him on the head with my quarterstaff.
Okay, roll for attack.
16 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
And I'm gonna say outright, all of this will be non-lethal. So if he ever gets to that point,
okay, cool.
The intent is not to kill; it is to knock out.
Okay.
That is 11 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use Flurry of Blows with a key point and attack with claws because I'm a turtle.
Okay.
With
Go ahead and roll. I'll roll both of them.
Okay. It's a 16 again.
It's
And a 16 again. I rolled 3 10s in a row.
yep,
Freaking
those are
weird.
all hits.
And then I'd like to use my open hand technique.
Okay.
To for the first one, he has to make a dex save or go prone.
Okay. That is a 13 on the.
Okay, he saves, and then it says for. I think I can only use that once, so I can't do it for both. I don't think. Because when you hit with one of your flurry blows attacks, you can impose one of the following.
Yeah, it says with one of, so.
Okay, cool. Then I just do the damage, so that's with my claws.
Oh wait, actually, what is it? Will you just read the language for me again?
Yeah, it says whenever you hit with one of your flurry of blows attacks, you can impose one of the following effects on that target.
Is it with a key? Do you use a key point to do it?
Mm-mm. It's just what it says whenever.
I would actually say that can happen on both of them.
Okay, then I'd try it again on the second one if he wants
Yeah.
to do another dex save.
Yeah. That was even higher.
Okay, well. So then he takes.
So you still
a
have damage
total
for
of-
both of them, yeah.
Yeah. 15 points.
No joke, he had
slashing
15 hit
damage.
points left. So he goes to miss with his dagger. You just very quickly bop him with the staff. He kind of like gets pushed back for a second, and then you like get up on the staff and then double kick with your feet.
Perfect.
Like
That's exactly
right
what
in
I
his
was gonna
head.
say.
And he like slams into the wall and immediately just falls into a lump unconscious.
No, you just had to talk, and I'll like pick him up and scoot him to the side and like basically place him so he's just like slumped against the wall,
Okay.
as if he just like had too much to drink, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then go look for the group again.
Okay. You go
Well,
back.
actually, no. I would search his body for any important things.
As a matter of fact, you specifically note that he only has weapons on him and nothing else.
Interesting. Okay.
Which
he
is like a
have-
little weird. It's like no satchel, no coin purse, no just a dagger and a short sword.
Okay. I would take both weapons
Okay.
and just like kind of put them both in my satchel as best
Okay.
as I can, even the short sword.
Yeah.
Probably sticking out awkwardly, but
Yeah.
remove him of
You
his
put the short
weapons
sword in
and
your
then-
shell.
Yeah, just
Just
and then
dinging around in there. So yeah, you go back to the main road and you see Judy just like waiting there at the main road.
oh,
Did
Didn't-
you catch him?
I did.
All right, well, we should probably
accidentally-
catch up with the rest of the group.
I knocked the other one out.
Oh, okay, that's probably fine.
I meant to maybe ask him some questions, but he seemed a little squishy. But the other one you didn't follow.
Oh, we thought they might be fans. I didn't want to scare them. I thought maybe you could just get. I'm sorry. Maybe I made the wrong call there.
No, it's fine. You went with your gut, and that's what's important. But we should probably catch up with the others in case that one
Yeah.
comes back.
All right.
They did seem to know we were heading towards the arena, so we should probably just.
We'll keep.
Is that Warren just standing up there by himself in the middle of the road?
As a matter of fact,
well, my friend's gone.
go ahead and roll a performance check with that guidance from Midas. And I'll say advantage because you look like Warren.
Yeah. With advantage plus, oh, is it a D4 for
Yeah,
guidance?
D4.
Yes.
Okay. That is 19.
Yeah, I doubt either of your passive insights are above a 19. So you both see what you think to be Warren just like kind of standing in the middle of the street.
Warren, what are you doing? Where did everybody else go?
Shuffle over. Yeah.
Oh, my name's Christopher, remember? And,
Oh yeah, Christopher, sorry. Where is everyone else?
Yeah.
well, they, wink, 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 took a different route, and they left me here all by myself. I feel so vulnerable.
So
I think
almost as if I was baiting an attack.
Well, you have fun with that. I'm gonna go walk away and see if I can find the others.
I'm gonna come with you.
Right.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I think
gonna come
Mr. I
with
think Mr.
you.
Wagyu is wise enough to understand what's happening here.
Yeah, he's at least got a 14 on his...
Yeah. But
All
Judy,
right.
I do think is a little confused and just kind of following you.
Yeah, which is fine.
Oh, okay. And I'll just like pop into an alley and wait, I guess, and just
Okay.
Yeah, and I slowly, like, I'm kind of like playing it up, being a little bit of like a ponce.
And I will say,
walking in the direction of the.
Yeah, you at some point you eventually feel confident that, like, you really stay on the lookout and you feel confident that you are not being watched as Warren anymore.
Sure.
And so we'll say we'll cut back to the other group, and Sir Frederick and Harold and Midas and Warren. You guys just kind of take like a roundabout way, and because the rest of you head down like the main street, and the four of you heading like kind of like a back and forth way, eventually you all run into each other on the main street. How convenient.
Oh my gosh, Judy and Mister, I'm so glad you're alive. I go and give you a big hug.
Oh,
I was so
I
worried.
appreciate that.
Oh,
Are you all right?
yes. Thankfully, nothing at all happened to us.
So handsome, just really good looking.
Oh.
I don't know if we should have two Christophers right now.
Oh, it's just my twin brother, and he tries to put his arm around their shoulder, but it goes through air. Oh,
Maybe
Oh,
not.
my ears.
sorry, they're quite soft.
And I'll go up to Sir Frederick. Well, I did meet one of the fans that seemed to be following our little accountant group.
And
Well, he didn't seem very friendly.
Not a fan.
And I'll take out the dagger of, like, I assume it's just a normal dagger and isn't like has an insignia on
very
it.
well
but-
taken care of. But yeah, it is just kind of
Okay.
a silver dagger with a black handle.
He did pull this on me. I am embarrassed to say I did knock him out before and kind of won.
Good.
And I couldn't ask him any questions, but he is disarmed and unconscious in an alley a ways back. So
Well, perhaps they were just thieves looking for a score, and maybe you scared them away.
could be. We didn't see the other one, so that one could be still following, but hopefully not.
We're gonna keep an eye out.
Well, the arena is surrounded, so.
Yeah, we should be okay in there.
Speaking of, you all continue down until eventually you find yourselves outside of the Darreok arena. It is a very large arena that is currently empty, but can be filled to the brim with the citizens of Darreok. You see that there's two large staircases coming up from like the lower docks district that you can enter the arena from, and then like these like bridges that extend from where you are on the like commoner district that can head right into the arena. It is surrounded by a wall, and you guys go up to the main gate, and there are two guards at the main gate.
Hello, two guards. We are here to.
Hello.
Judy had something to hand to them. Yes.
Oh yeah. And I'll just hand out the letter.
They take the letter, kind of look at it, and look to each other, nod. Wonderful, we were expecting you. Please enjoy your time at the Darreok Arena. And they kind of like open up the iron gates, and the gates open up, and you are able to cross one of the bridges.
Well, this is quite exciting.
Oh, this is... I'm not going to lie, this is much better than the arena that we had the tournament in last year. This is wonderful. It's quite large.
Oh.
I'm surprised a place like Darreok has an arena so extravagant.
And I just start talking about some random history fact about the arena that I like read upon.
Okay, for sure.
I could go on for like 10 minutes.
It's
unless
like
cut
during
off.
during the God War, there was a massive like explosion here that ended up being like made into the arena, or so legend goes. And you start talking about that. Eventually, you all head into the arena. The guards seem to have like signaled other guards further within, and you're able to just kind of like head into the arena itself. You head down a tunnel, and it's really cool. Like, this is like, for any of you, none of you have ever been at this level of the arena. And you all enter in through where the fighters would enter in through, and you find yourselves at the bottom of this epic arena. You, even like the smallest amount that you speak is echoed and bounces around with the emptiness and the vastness of this location. And it is quite the sight to behold, for sure. Wonderful. Look at this. It's huge.
This is very cool. You should
Quite
definitely
impressive
pick
of
this
a spot.
Well, I think with company that Darreok offers and vistas like this, I would agree with you, Girl Jeff.
Harold, have you performed here?
Unfortunately, no, but that's definitely one of my goals.
Well, you should do it right now. We got the place to ourselves.
Sure.
You guys, I'll say, who has who has a passive high insight higher than a 14? Anybody?
Mine is a 14.
Same.
Okay, so I will say, yeah, I knew yours was. So Wegu and Midas, you hear it first. Oh wait, actually, passive perception. Who has a higher passive perception?
Oh,
Not
14? No.
9.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You can check my sheet. My passive insight is 12. My passive perception is 14.
So then with a 14 passive perception, you hear footsteps in the tunnel that you came from. And you just kind of turn and look. And coming out of the tunnel, you see 4 dark-clad figures that you look a little bit familiar, especially to some in this group. They immediately come out of the tunnel and start to like spread out a little bit.
Whoa!
Comrades, I believe some forceful violence is going to be needed.
Wait.
this does look like the guy I knocked out. I bet you there would have been 5 of them.
I step forward to one of them. Hello. Hey, friends. We're actually here to take a tour of the arena, and I assume that you're here to give us a tour, not here for any shenanigans.
Does a dirty 20 hit you?
Yeah?
Yeah, within 5 feet of an owl. It's gonna be
Ooh, sneak attack.
You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as one of these just like flips the unsheaths his dagger, flips the handle, and like goes to nail you in the temple. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Ooh,
Oh, shit.
Spicy mama.
Ouch.
Ooh-wee.
All right, let me get, well, before you tell me your initiatives, let me get you over to the arena.
Ooh-wee.
Okay, so the cloaked figures are walking out of oops, not what I meant to do.
Zooey mama.
The cloaked figures are walking out of the tunnel over here. Oh wait, no, that's not. Still on the wrong layer.
Are we pulling ourselves out?
Yes, if you can. We'll say they've entered in a few. Harold, if I'll put you right in front of one of these guys.
The token's not.
This Warren, right here.
That's Warren in the white right there. Okay, so now I need to add. Okay, go ahead and enter in your initiatives.
Getting some. Do we have music?
We will in a minute.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
You're good.
Last time I was a paladin in arena, it went really well for me. So
Yeah, we'll see if that happens again. Damn, some high initiatives from y'all.
No, I rolled 21. I was like,
I'm
woo!
a 13. That's not that great.
How am I going to roll a 20 and be 5th in the initiative?
Yeah.
I hadn't moved it yet.
I guess 4th.
Yeah, you're third, because your dexterity is definitely higher than your Frederick's.
Herringbones get to add their proficiency bonus.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
All right, so with that, an attack is definitely currently happening. And at the top of the turn order, WH, it is your turn. What do we do?
Let's go, WH.
WH still, because I didn't drop it, disguise selfed.
Oh, okay, that's true.
So look like Chris, and is going to play into that and say, Frederick, you sell swords. You must protect me.
Okay.
Make me roll for it, I guess, if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a persuasion check, but at advantage, or performance, or deception, actually. Deception or performance. Sorry, deception or performance at advantage.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, noted. So I'll consider that a free action.
Okay. I will.
Mr. Wagyu, you're on deck.
Move myself to be behind Frederick.
Okay.
And I will take cunning action. I will hide behind Frederick.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
That is a 16.
Okay.
And I will also then cast the spell Grease.
Okay.
To cover. Let's say.
Grease me.
I will not grease the board. Not here. Maybe if we were back at the brothel, I'd grease you. It's a 10-foot square. So
maybe these just the two in front of Harold.
Yeah.
Kind of right where they're standing.
Yeah. Let's grease that. I'll draw it on there.
Thank you.
And then that'll be my turn.
All right. What does it look like as you cast your spell?
So grease is a verbal, somatic, and material. So I reach into like the folds, pull out a knob of butter, and like slide it underneath Frederick's legs, and as it like slides, it like moves out,
expands.
But
Perfect.
I'm like stealthy, sneaky, so I'm like whispering that.
Yeah.
And, like, doing that, trying to kind of hide even to the people around me, especially as I'm like right behind Frederick, that I'm like kind of even trying to keep it secret from him that I'm casting.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, his passive perception is not above 16, so he does not that. All right, and that is the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn.
All right, Mr. Wagyu, you are up. Harold, you're on deck.
If I flank the one across from Harold, am I in the grease?
Yes, you will be. Oh, well,
What
actually,
does
no.
grease do?
If you're right here, actually, you wouldn't be. No.
Okay.
When the grease appears, so we also have to roll some dex saving throws.
On their turn or before.
When the grease appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Or go prone. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed a dex saving throw or fall prone. So 2 dex saving throws.
The highest they got was a 10, so both of them fall prone immediately. They're like the guy hits you, Harold, and then just like slips and falls down on the ground. And then if you wanted to go here, Mr. Wagyu, you would not be in the grease.
Cool. And I have plenty of movement to run around and avoid grease.
Yeah. And you'll have advantage on this because he's prone if you're about to attack him.
And is this also stacking?
Stacking advantage?
Oh yes, it is. So this is the first time we're doing this roll. But you have advantage because of flanking, and you also have advantage because they are prone. So you will have advantage and a +1 to the attack.
Cool. Advantage and +1. Ooh, well, the first hit's a nat 20.
That'll definitely hit.
And that is then gonna be max is where did my dice go? There it is. Oh my god, I just yeeted it across my desk. Okay, so that's 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Nice. You jump up and just like slam the staff right on this, and you hear just like a guttural as the wind is knocked out of him, and that definitely hurt him for sure.
And then I'm gonna, because I got a good hit on that, I'm just going to do a bonus action unarmed strike.
Okay.
I was about to say, yeah, okay.
So advantage +1.
Ooh. Damn. So that is a 14 to hit?
14 is not gonna hit.
Okay. Then that's it, I think.
Yeah, you knock the wind out of him, but he looks up and he just moves off to the side for a second. And your foot stomps down right next to him. At the end of Mr. Wagyu's turn, Harold, you are up, followed by Sir Frederick.
I scream, "Do you even know who I am?" I'm like panicking and running, going through my satchel. I know I brought a knife somewhere. And then I pull out a sheet of paper and I cast Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
As I recite, "With incantations gentle and pure, the wounds of the heart begin to cure. Through spells woven with care and art, the broken feces find a fresh start."
Amazing. So you say that, and like as you do, like the pain in your head, like the very loud throbbing starts to like fade away, but also like a bump begins to like form on the side of your head where you slammed into it. Starts to swell up a little bit, but it doesn't hurt as much.
Okay, I gained 5 HP.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my action to vicious mockery the person who attacked me.
Okay. Yeah.
I just point, "Ugly, hideous, despicable, cruel. Do I speak of you? Yes, I do."
That's a charisma saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, okay. That's a 4.
13. All right, so they take 2 damage.
Nice.
And have disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Okay, perfect. He looks up at you, and through this cloak, you just see like his eyes, which by the way, all of their eyes are glowing yellow. And you see his eyes that are glowing yellow just kind of like furrow and like genuinely look hurt for a moment as he's just kind of like laying on the ground looking at you. Is that the end of your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay. At the end of Harold's turn, it is Sir Frederick's turn. Sir Frederick is going to step away from WH here and starts walking over to you, Judy, and Warren next to you. And he kind of like looks at Warren and he shakes his head and he looks at you and looks back at the people. And then he's going to look at Warren. too loud. There we go. Does a 16 hit you, Judy?
Me?
Yeah.
I think yes, very much.
Warren takes out a club and looks at, or Mr. Frederick takes out a club and looks at Warren, and then looks at you and just swings and clocks you right in the head. He is going to do, he does 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Great.
I'm assuming a 10 does not hit you.
No.
Does a 13 hit you?
Yep.
He deals 6 points of bludgeoning damage as he swings at you twice with the club, the first one clocking you right in the head, white flashing across your vision as he does it. He goes to backswing at you and you're able to duck out of the way. He unsheaths his dagger, turns the hilt towards you, and just like uppercuts you, hitting you right in the chin with the pommel of his dagger. That is going to be the end of his turn. Warren like screams. It is now the cloaked figure's turns. This cloaked figure is going to run up on you, Mr. Magoo.
Mr. Magoo.
And
Mr. Magoo.
It is going to attack you. Does a 13 hit you?
Sure doesn't.
Okay, yeah, he goes to swing at you, but he misses. Actually, you know what? He would be smart enough to flank you and get advantage. That's worse than a 13. So he still doesn't hit you, but he goes to swing at you with his short sword, and he misses. The guy who was standing here with Harold and Mr. Wagyu is going to try and stand up, but he needs to make a dexterity saving throw, right, WH?
I think at the end.
Or is it the end of his turn?
It's not to, yeah, it's not to stand up. It's when they enter the area or if they end their turn there.
Okay.
So
he's going to stand up with half speed of movement, but he is going to stay there, and he kind of like looks at you, Harold, like, and just like scoffs and turns away, and is going to attack Mr. Wagyu, but have disadvantage because of the vicious mockery.
Nice.
Which would just be one roll, because he has advantage on flanking.
Oh, you're right. So with that, then that is a dirty 20 to hit you.
Yeah.
Ooh. 6, 4, 5. You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's a good chunk of damage.
As he like goes at you with his short sword, but last second just like hits you with the hilt of his short sword right on your hard toward his head, but not that hard. And that is going to be yeah, he's going to step away slightly, and so you can get attack of opportunity if you want, Harold.
I try to punch him.
Okay, roll an attack.
3.
That misses. This guy is going to stand up, use half his movement, and then stand right here to attack you, Harold. He gets a 17 to hit.
Yep.
He deals 6 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Okay.
He's then going to use a disengage and go just a few more feet to right there. And that's the end of his turn. This guy is going to run up to you, Midas. And actually, he'll go here to have advantage on this.
Of course.
That is a dirty 20 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
He is going to get, not as good, 11 points of bludgeoning damage to you. As he like takes his dagger, flips it around, and then just like hits you right in the abdomen, just kind of like knocking some wind out of you. That is the end of all of their turns. It is now Midas's turn. Judy, you're on deck.
Okay. Shit, I'm gonna get disadvantage on either of these attacks, won't I?
Why?
Because they're flanking me?
No, you don't have disadvantage because they're flanking you. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
then I'm going to attack this fella right here.
Okay.
With my trident.
Alrighty.
So
Classic C weapon.
Classic C weapon.
I'm nothing if not a stereotype. It is what it is. Does it 21?
21 definitely hits.
All right. I am also going to plump a divine smite into this.
Okay.
So first,
don't get any extra. He's not undead. In case you were curious.
No. I figured. So it's going to do 9. Is that piercing damage? Piercing damage.
Okay.
From just the trident.
Okay.
And then let me spend a spell slot to do. I believe it's 2d8.
It is, yes. Regular divine smite is 2d8.
Thank you. Ooh! 8 plus 6.
14. Nice.
14 radiant.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to do my channel divinity inspiring smite.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll 2 more d8 plus.
Can you just explain that?
Yeah, sure. So I am basically distributing temporary hit points to different creatures within 30 feet of me.
Oh, cool.
I roll 2d8 plus 3 because that's my charisma bonus, and I just distribute that number rolled to however many people. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Another 14. I'm gonna distribute 7 of that to Mr.
Okay.
And then another 7 of that to Judy.
Okay. So you each get 7 temporary hit points as you kind of look and you just feel inspired because Midas takes his trident and completely just like stabs into the abdomen of this assassin who is fighting him. He doubles over, blood immediately pooling onto the sand beneath you. He looks very hurt, but he is still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
I would like you to die now. That's good.
Perfect. Judy, you are up, then Warren's on deck, then we're going to have WH after that.
I am going to reach out to Sir Frederick.
Mm-hmm.
Who just hit me over the head.
Yeah.
And I'm going to reach out and just like, I would like to narratively say, like, as he's swinging to hit me again, like, grab his arm.
Okay.
And cast Shocking Grasp.
All right, we'll roll to hit.
Is he wearing metal armor?
He is wearing metal armor, yes.
So I have advantage.
What an idiot.
17.
He is going to use his reaction to parry this. And so you go to attack him, and he... wait, let me make sure it doesn't say melee weapon attack. Nope, just says melee attack.
This is tricky, too, because Shocking Grasp removes the ability
takes away
to take reactions.
But the reaction would happen before the hit, though. Mm-hmm. And so he goes to hit you. You grab his hand. You like cast the Shocking Grasp, and you can see this like lightning crackling energy going up your arm to him, and he quickly just pulls away. And your Shocking Grasp doesn't connect.
Okay, but then theoretically, since he's now used his reaction, could I run away without him getting an opportunity attack?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna go 10, 15, 20.
It all worked out.
30. I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points to quicken spell.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast a 2nd level chromatic orb on him.
Nice. Okay, dope. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Good turn.
Mm-hmm.
That parry that he did was only to that one attack, so his AC is not up permanently by 2.
Okay, I got an 18 to hit.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Okay.
Fuck him up.
13 points of, let's say, acid damage.
Nice. Let's see here. So you back away. You see that he's like looking at you, and he just shakes your head in your direction, and he turns his attention back to Warren. And then from the side, he's just hit with this blast of green acid energy that splashes all over him. And the armor and some of his clothes starts to eat away a little bit. He like screams in pain and looks over at your direction, very surprised. At the end of your turn?
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
It is now Warren's turn, who is going to see what you just did and try to run away to you. Not giving the Sir Frederick attack of opportunity, so he just runs and hides right behind you. That's the end of Warren's turn. WH, you're up. Mr. Wagyu, you're on deck.
You're muted.
Warren would go, having seen Frederick, like, because he was hiding behind him, run over to do that. Be like, ha! And would kind of put himself between Judy and Warren. It was a setup from the beginning, wasn't it? And would use that chance to attack.
If you would like, because you did roll a successful stealth check against him, he didn't notice that you you went behind him, but we're just going to say narratively what that was. He just kind of forgot in the instance. Yeah. So if you want to attack him from behind at advantage and then slide in front of him, you could do that.
Okay. Perfect. That's what
Nice.
I'll do. I pull out my rapier and go to stab him in the back.
Do it.
Do you get sneak attack because you get advantage?
Yep.
That's a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. So it's a D8 and 2D6.
I don't know why I always go to Italian hands when I get excited about people's good rolls. I'm not Italian.
Because I think it's because Chef's Kiss.
A little bit, yeah.
You know?
I'm channeling that.
Yeah.
Sorry to the people of Italy watching.
16.
Woo-wee.
Yeah. 16 points total.
Yeah, you stab into him. He kind of looks down at the rapier and him, and then you pull it out, slide in front of him. He looks at you. Do you do anything with your bonus action or rest of your movement?
There's not a whole lot that I think I can do. I think narratively, because I've got it, what I do is I stab him in the back and then use my rabbit hop bonus action and jump over him.
Yes, love that.
And just land as he goes to turn to look back at me.
He looks at the sword, you pull it out, he turns around you and then sees a shadow above his head and then turns to look at you. You see that he's go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
Insight. It's an 11.
An 11. Okay, so you would just see that he didn't expect you to be as capable as you're being, what I'll say, with an 11.
Yeah.
And that is the end of WH's turn. Mr. Wagyu, you're up. Harold, you're on deck.
All right, I'm going to hit this guy with my staff again, the same guy that already took damage.
Okay.
Non-lethal still.
Okay.
Oh.
Ow.
That's not that great of a hit. That is only... God, where is it? There it is. Yeah, no, that's 9 to hit.
It's not gonna hit. He matrixes under your staff as you swing it.
Well, I'll do the same thing, and I'll do bonus action unarmed strike.
Okay.
With my claws. Hey, that's a 19 on the die.
That hits.
And that's a total of 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so he matrixes under the staff as you swing it, and then he comes back up and you just surprise him with an uppercut, and he immediately goes stiff and just falls back unconscious.
Nice. Cool.
That is the end of your turn, I'm assuming, unless you want to move.
Nah, I'll stay here.
All right. Harold, you are up.
All right, I run away.
Okay.
Kind of.
Perfect.
Anytime you name yourself Harold, it's not the most courageous of characters.
I am going to use my bonus action to use my Mantle of Inspiration.
Okay.
So expend one use of your Bardic Inspiration to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. When you do so, choose the number of creatures you can see and who can see you within 60 feet. Equal
everybody?
to your charisma, so just 3 people, and they gain 5 temporary hit points and can immediately use its reaction to move it up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
So
yeah.
Midas has already given temp HP to who'd you give
Mr.
Wagyu and
Jane.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give that to myself,
Okay.
WH, and Midas. So
Perfect.
you'll have 5 temporary HP, and if you want,
Nice.
you don't have to, but you can move.
I
up to
want
your-
to. I want to.
Okay, so Midas, you're going to use your reaction to move your speed without provoking opportunity attacks. Where do you move to?
I'm going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, putting myself just right in front of a
Okay.
world.
Immediately, yeah. You see Harold. Harold, what do you say or do as you cast this Mantle of Inspiration?
So it says you grant yourself a wondrous appearance.
Uh-huh.
Now, I think normally this is supposed to be like a face spell, but in Harold's case, I just take off my floppy hat and put my hair in a ponytail. All right.
You see that it's like he rolls up his sleeves and it's like almost it's like kind of a little sexy in a rugged way now.
You bastard.
And you just immediately feel inspired by him. He's the commander of this field and you want to go protect him, and so you run over there. WH, do you use your reaction?
I don't use my reaction because I want to be in a spot where I can opportunity attack Frederick if he tries to.
Perfect. So that is going to be the end of Harold's turn.
That's my bonus action.
That's your
My
bonus action. Nice.
I am going to look at Sir Frederick, and I am going to cast the spell Hold Person.
Ooh, okay. So that's
to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Nice. Let me see what he. Yeah. +2 to this. That's not great. 8 total.
Fails. All right. Paralyzed. Concentration up to a minute. Can at the end of your turn can make another Wisdom saving throw.
You are. What good timing. You see him raise his club to just go batter at WH like 3 attacks in a row. And he just sees his last second and is not able to do it. And so he spends his turn being paralyzed, and then we'll roll again.
I do take out, as I cast the spell, I take out some notes and I say, in the dance of battles, a strategic choice, to silence foes with a mystic voice, a moment's pause, a frozen trance, Hold Person, a spell of chance.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. He looks over at your shoulder like as the spell is freezing, and then at the end of his turn he rolls a 13.
That succeeds.
Okay. So that'll be the end of his turn, but he is free now. And now it's the assassin's turns. So the one next to you is going to attack you, Mr. Wagyu. That is a 12 to hit. I don't think that's going to hit you.
Sure doesn't.
He goes to attack you and he just off your shell and is not able to get you. That is the end of his turn. This one is going to... Well, they want to take advantage of their... Okay, he's going to run there and hold his action to attack until his friend is right here, and then he's going to attack. And he is going to get a 18 to hit you, WH.
Yeah.
Somewhat low. 12 points of bludgeoning damage to you, WH. As he, once again, you see that they're not using lethal blows on you guys. You haven't seen them attack Warren. You don't know if that's the case, but he just, once again, they're just kind of like punching you, but with the pummels of their weapons as he deals that damage. And then his friend is going to attack as well. At advantage, yeah, that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
And then this might be the one. That's 16 points of damage to you, WH.
Barely standing.
Barely standing. Okay, amazing. So you guys see WH get really just like clocked twice, badly. You see one of the red patch of fur on one eye is starting to like darken and become like a black eye, and vision is kind of blurry, and you see like flashes of white from the hit in the back of your head. But you are still standing. That is the end of their turn. Midas, you are up. Judy, you're on deck.
Okay. Shit. Well, seeing all of this, I am going to raise my trident, point it towards Freddy, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at him.
All right, perfect. Go ahead and roll for attack.
It's a natural 20.
All right.
You sound so upset.
You're just the king of nat 20s, man. I don't know why I'm letting you do a whole campaign with me.
Hi, hello. Here's a picture of me with the nat 20. I just want to be like, hey girl, it's a little cupcake. And I'm putting it. I'm accountable. I am.
You're fine. Just roll for damage.
Good person. Oh, okay. It's not a great quality picture, but there you go. You can see it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay.
Plus, and then if that's on top of 24, right? Because are we doing the JMO rule of max die? So it's 24 plus 17?
24 plus 17 is 42. Yeah, how do you want to do this?
Oh.
Oh,
I guess
you did 42 points of damage.
Sorry. I'm
Sorry.
going. I just feel every time I do well, I have roller's guilt. Anytime I roll well, I don't feel good. I'm just gonna shoot a guiding bolt, and I think it's just gonna lob off his head.
Oh shit! Okay.
Like the bolt just kind of like bowling
so
pins
you
out.
shoot out the guiding bolt, and it hits him right in the skull. It just decimates his head. His head doesn't like lop off; it just decimates it in a beam of radiant energy. And Sir Frederick, his body kind of like falls to his knees as he swipes a couple of times with his like still alive nerves, and then crashes on the ground, completely dead.
Holy shit! Ah!
All right. Do you want to do anything with your bonus action or movement?
Yeah, I want to do. I'm going to apply just 5 points of lay on hands to myself.
Okay. Yeah. You just kind of touch one of your bumps or bruises, and the pain fades away. The bruise.
Yeah,
quickly
like a
fading.
little, like if the fresh of seawater gets put in the air.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Judy, you are up. Warren's on deck, and then shortly followed by a WH.
Does it seem like the assassins are still like in combat mode, even though Frederick is gone? Okay. Then I'm gonna just toss a first level chromatic orb at this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neither of these guys have taken any damage. Wait, no, that's not true.
Okay.
One of them has taken a lot of damage.
This is not good. 6. No, wait. 10 to hit.
It misses. So it just kind of goes flying, hits the wall of the arena on the other side.
And that's it. That's me.
Go ahead and roll a acrobatics check. Oh.
Oh, 10.
Warren trips you and pushes you prone. And then starts to run towards this tunnel here.
Warren?
Warren?
He's
What a
like
pansy.
He's like, get up! And then he runs to the tunnel.
This guy sucks.
Just yell, what the fuck, man?
Let's kill him.
That's the end of Judy's turn, I'm assuming. Unless
I
you
guess
wanna.
so.
You can spend your movement to stand back up if you would like, half of it.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Okay, that's the end of Warren's turn as well. And WH, you're up. Wagyu is on deck.
WH has 1 HP. Oh. WH. Oof.
Get far enough away and I can heal you.
Hold on. How far down the tunnel is?
Oh, not very far at all. He's at like the mouth of the tunnel.
Okay. Hmm. I'm going to, because I can't really do a whole lot, I will use Shocking Grasp on the one of these two.
Yeah, you might probably the one who's looking a little bit more rough. There's one who looks really bad. He got pierced with minus his trident.
Yeah. They're not wearing metal armor, or they are?
These guys are not wearing metal.
Cool. Still. That is a 25 to hit.
That'll definitely hit. You roll 19.
Yeah. And it's going to be 6 points of lightning damage.
You see this guy just kind of like seizes up, and he just falls down to the ground, unconscious. He was already really hurt.
And then bonus action, I am going to use my rabbit hop as the last use that I have, and jump 10 feet away, and then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to chase after Warren.
Okay, perfect. At the end of your turn, it is Mr. Wagyu's turn. Harold, you're on deck.
All right, I'm gonna just attack the guy that's nearest me.
Uh-huh.
It's a 21.
That'll hit.
And God, I've been rolling so many ones for my attack. That's 5 bludgeoning. And then I'm gonna use a key point to flurry of blows this guy.
Okay. So that was 5 on the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's a 17 to hit on the first one.
That'll hit.
And 18 to hit on the second one.
Both hit. Roll for damage.
It's better. 9 points of damage on the first one, and I'd try to knock him prone again.
Okay. Well, you'd have advantage on that next attack if he's. He rolled up 17 on the die.
Okay, then nope. And then second is 7 points of damage.
He's looking really hurt, but he's still standing.
Dang it! All right. Well,
actually, let's see if he's still standing. Hold on. That was a 13.
That saves.
Okay.
It's not a high DC.
So yeah, he's still standing there. That was your bonus action. Any movement?
Nope.
All right, Harold, you are up.
Okay.
Ugly.
I am going to use my inspiration, my bark inspiration on Midas.
Okay.
Touch you on the shoulder. I just whisper in your ear, so let imagination be your guide. In the realms of awe, let dreams collide. For in these worlds where wonders never cease, the spirit finds its home, its perfect peace. Now go get him. I'll just slap you on the ass. Go get him. I don't know.
Yes!
Your words both confuse me, but also thrill me.
And then I'm going to Vicious Mockery, this one that's kind of alone.
Okay. That is a wisdom saving throw,
Wisdom
right?
saving throw.
Do they have any better? No, still. That's a 16.
Succeeds.
Okay.
Nothing
What,
happens.
what do you say, though, still?
I'm going through my satchel. Where is it? And my turn ends.
Okay, perfect. All right, that is the end of Harold's turn. It would be Sir Frederick's turn, but he's decapitated. This assassin is now going to attack you, Wagyu. That's a 15 to hit.
Sorry, that misses.
Goodness. These guys are not doing the best. He's actually looking pretty afeared. But he is going to stay there. This guy is then going to... He's going to run up to Warren here. And he's going to get a 17 to hit Warren, which is going to hit.
And Warren is fine.
Warren is just a dude. And so you see he runs up, he takes out his short sword, and instead of turning the handle, he drives the short sword into the back of Warren. And Warren clutches his chest and falls to his knees unconscious. And currently bleeding out. That is the end of the assassin's turn. Midas, you are up. Judy, you're on deck.
Shit, I'm too far to this guy.
Actually, hold on. He's going to use... I forget that they can do this. He's going to use his bonus action, but he doesn't have two-weapon fighting, to try to attack WH. That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay,
So
well,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he then takes his dagger with the pommel and hits you. So you don't have to roll any death saving throws, but you do go unconscious.
Yep.
All right, and sorry, Midas, go ahead.
You're fine. Shit. I guess 5, 10, 20. I'm going to, because it can also be a thrown weapon. I'm going to throw my trident.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the best I can really do right now. That's gonna hit. 16.
16 hits.
Oh. It's a 1 on the die, so 5 piercing.
Okay, so it it instead of sticking into him, it cuts by his arm, cutting a pretty decent sized gash, but not really hitting any vital stuff.
Cool.
Bonus action, or is that the end of your turn?
I think that's going to be the... Shit, I should have... Yep, that's going to be the end of my turn.
All right, Judy, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a chromatic orb at this dude.
Okay, roll for attack.
16.
That'll hit. Roll for damage.
10 points of acid damage.
Okay, nice. Another splash. Immediately, his cloak starts to burn away. He growls in pain, looking over at you.
And I'm just gonna move closer. I can't really do anything with that.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, it is now Warren's turn. I'll roll this in the chat. He needs to make a death saving throw.
He's fine.
That is a 3. That is one failure for Warren. At the end of his turn, you are unconscious, WH. Can't do anything, but you don't have to roll a death saving throw. Mr. Wagyu, it's your turn. Harold, you're on deck.
There's a lot of people over there. I'm still gonna use my first attack on this guy.
Roll for a shot.
See if I can get him down.
Get him.
So you said he's looking pretty rough?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on. That's 18
18 hits.
to hit. Oh, wait, that's the wrong dice. This is the dice I want. 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
You swing your staff over your head, clock him. He just immediately knocks out.
Yeah, non-lethal.
Yep.
And then I'm going to run and use a key point for Step of the Wind to go the 50-foot distance to that.
Okay.
And use my bonus action to attack that guy with my...
Step of the Wind is a bonus action, yeah.
You're right, it sure is.
That's a fast hurdle.
Yeah, you do see... you do see Mr. Wagyu.
We have a tortoise and a hare in the party.
Then
and I bet the tortoise is faster too.
Instead, gonna use my 40 feet of movement to just get there.
Okay.
And I guess I don't really have another bonus action that I can do from a distance. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and still use that key point to.
Okay, at least you stop him from running away.
Bonus action run. Yeah.
All right, that is the end of your turn. Harold, you are up.
All right, I kind of come over here and I yell out, "In the quiet echoes of a healing song, a tale of strength and resilience belongs. In the heart of Christopher, a spirit bold, a journey of healing, a story to be told." I cast Healing Word on Warren.
All right, yeah, you see that the blood currently gushing onto his cloak currently starts to flow or stops to flow and starts to close up. How much do you heal him for?
5.
That's his hit points. So you
Nice.
heal him 5 hit points, and he, oh, what happened? And he's looks very concerned. That was your bonus action.
Vicious Mockery on this last guy.
Of course.
Classic.
Constitution saving throw. Nope. Wisdom. That's a 7.
Fails.
You're not going to be able to do this, but I really wish you could kill him.
3.
3 points of damage. Okay. What do you say to him?
A guard to be killed. I know. Actually, just fuck you, man.
He looks back. No, fuck you, man. All right, that's the end of Harold's turn. Sir Frederick's dead. It's now their turn. I need one of them to roll another death saving throw. Okay. And then the one next to. I mean, he has a job to do. He's gonna do it. He rolls at advantage on Warren, hitting him because he has advantage because he's prone. You see the blade go down and he kills Warren. He stabs him right in the throat and just kind of slices down.
Oh shit!
Because with sneak attack he was able to get over 10 hit points, which outright kills Warren.
I can never show my face in this town again.
All right, that is the end of the assassin's turn. He is then going to use a bonus action to do something. I need Mr. Wagyu to make a dexterity saving throw.
Cool. Easy peasy. 16.
You succeed, so you don't take any damage. But WH, you fail one's death saving throw, as you see the assassin kind of look back at you, Mr. Wagyu, and he just kind of grimaces, and you see him like do something with his tongue in his cheek, and he bites down. And there's a small explosion as he literally obliterates from the top half up, and some of that small wave of force explosion hits WH, causing them a little bit of damage. But that is, for now, you being out of combat, as the other two are unconscious. The third one fails his last death saving throw. That was 3 in a row. So 2 of them are unconscious. Sir Frederick is decapitated, and the other 2 assassins are dead. Before anybody has a chance to do anything else, WH, roll one more death saving throw for me. If this is a 1, WH dies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everything's fine.
Is it what death saves are?
D20, just regular straight D20.
Yeah, okay. Let me do it in the chat.
Okay, please be a 1. That'd be so great.
I honestly, yeah. As much as we talked about, like, oh, it'd be so fun if I can bring this character back later on.
Okay, so that's a success. So WH does look to be pretty. Oh wait, no, actually, wait, you do. Oh, you didn't need to be doing death saving throws. I apologize.
Well,
they did
no,
not.
but I took damage.
Well, that's true. You did take damage on that one. So yeah, okay. So you do see that WH is like not looking good. But everybody else has seemed to have calmed down.
Run over to, the Warren.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Does it seem like Warren is like dead?
Yeah. He's bled out in seconds.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Cool.
Oh, what am I gonna do? Oh my god, I have a reputation. Oh.
Why would
Can I-
Frederick attack his own?
No, but do you think anybody's gonna believe us about what happened?
I will put 10 points of lay on hands onto WH.
WH, you get up and immediately look over, and you just see like a pale blood, like blood has left his body, like dead Warren.
Fuck.
We have failed.
I have to move.
Search Sir Frederick's body on my way to the 2 unconscious ones that I made.
You see that he does have a note on him. It is not in a language that you recognize because it is not a recognizable language. It seems to be some kind of like code. But it does have the symbol of a black feather on it. And
Would I know what that means?
You would probably I would say no. You wouldn't know what that means. WH knows what it means though. WH, that is the symbol of the ravens.
Yes, of course.
Which kind of surprises you because the ravens, as far as you know them to be a series of high-level thieves and occasional assassins, but they have kind of like a Robin Hood-esque moral code. And so you're interested to find anything of theirs involved in this situation. But now that you think about it, you knowing what you do know, you like pull the cloak down from the assassin nearest you, or like you see on the cloak because his head exploded. You see on the cloak, there's some like runes on the the face covering, that are like a minor illusion spell that make the eyes glow, and that is an intimidation attack from the ravens. These were members of the ravens.
Oh.
Do you share all of that? Because Mr. Wagyu just kind of says, "Oh, I found a note. Found a note. I can't read it. It's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but it does have a black feather on it. Anybody?
A black feather? You said? Can I take a look? And I
Yeah, of
try
course.
to read it,
Here
and
you go.
obviously cannot.
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, it's not even in like it's not thieves can't even.
Right. And I would then describe.
Yeah.
We should find authorities, tell them what happened.
No, you shall not.
Oh no!
Out of the tunnel, the one that Warren was running to, you see Raina walk out.
Yeah.
And she says, "This was a surprise. You were," and she looks down at Sir Frederick and looks down at like the other assassin. "I did not expect you all to be so capable."
Oh no!
Oh, a traitor. Is you.
I'm backing away at the opposite entrance.
Yeah. No, I am not a traitor. You were simply supposed to be dispatched of. I mean, this is frustrating. You all were picked for this job because I didn't think. And you're a bard, an old turtle. How can you move that fast? A girl who burns down farms, a magician, a man who's never been here before. You fight well.
Looks can be deceiving.
Not mine, I am quite pretty.
What is this really about?
As you get back to the tunnel that you entered from, a few more ravens meet you, Harold, and start to walk in.
Good day to you. I'm just heading out.
They just you can fight them if you want, but they try to grab you and take you back to the group.
I try to run.
Okay, roll an acrobatics check, and they're gonna roll 3 athletics checks in a row. So let's do the first one. The first one's gonna fail, I bet. He got a 6.
Dirty 20 is what I got.
Okay, next one rolled a nat 20.
Classic. Okay.
He really did too. That's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm dead. Or not.
Yeah, so
I'm
he
dead.
just grapples you, and they start to take you back. You see from behind Reyna, a couple other people walk forward. You see, now we have a problem.
Look, I'm real forgetful. I don't think this needs to be the problem that you think that it is, Reyna.
How does everyone else feel about this situation? How good are your memories?
My memory's terrible.
I don't even know where I am.
What'd you say, Mr. Wiggy?
I am quite old.
What do you say, Midas?
I guess I'll look at Reyna. May we leave this place without being arrested or harmed?
As long as you do not go to the authorities on what has happened here, and as long as you forget the events of today, I will gladly give you your payment and let you go.
I have many places to go and many people to see and meet and learn from. So I don't wish to be held here. So I shall go.
Sophie, are you raising your hand or are you unarmed?
I'm unarmed.
Okay, cool. I
Yeah.
thought so.
I'm unarmed.
I was just making sure. I thought so.
2 hands.
Okay. Is anybody here lying? Mr. Wagyu is. Okay. So Mr. Wagyu, roll
To an extent. I won't go to the authorities, but I won't forget what happened. If
Okay.
that makes sense. I would tell someone else, but not the authorities. I assume she's saying so.
For sure. Go ahead and roll a deception check. Everybody else roll persuasion checks. And I'll say no. Just go ahead and roll.
18.
Wow.
Natural 20. I'm sorry.
Natural 20.
All right, 2 natural 20s and 18. What'd you get, WH?
18.
18. And then Mr. Wagyu?
14.
Okay. She kind of looks at you, Mr. Wagyu. All right. She goes over to you, Midas. She hands you 50 gold, a coin worth of 50 gold. She says, "You're free to go."
I will. I leave.
Okay. Goes over to you, Harold. Hands you a coin purse of 50 gold. You're free to go.
Please give this to Judy.
I don't want your gold. Keep your gold.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right. Do you leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Walks over to you, Judy. You're free to go. Hands you a coin purse of 50 gold.
All right. I'll go.
Okay. You grab your coin purse and you leave. And then WH, she comes up to you, hands you a coin purse.
I'm gone.
And then she hands you a letter.
Oh.
And like that, she kind of like palms as she hands you the coin purse.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you head out.
I head out and I get like maybe to the end of the tunnel, and I'll stop to read though.
You stop to read the letter. It is an invitation to meet with her. And she says that she was. It basically looks like a generic kind of like, "I'm impressed by you. Meet here at this time with a raven feather."
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it doesn't look to be like customized towards you. It looks like to be like, and you've heard of this before. The ravens like to recruit people.
Yeah.
But you walk away, and then she looks at you, Mr. Wagyu. What's up?
Can I assume as she's approaching, can I insight to see if she could tell
Roll an
I was
insight check.
fibbing?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Ooh, not bad. Insight. Ooh, 21.
She can tell that you were keeping something from her, but with a 21, you also get the fact that she genuinely doesn't want to hurt you. And so she seems like reluctant as she walks up to you.
Okay.
I have a feeling you're going to be a problem for her.
Well, I generally do tell people to trust their gut.
Right. unfortunate.
Hard things in life usually are.
So, and we will say, for the sake of brevity, you might be able to take a couple of them out, but a bunch of ravens ambush you.
A lot of raisins.
Even if I'm that fast, because I think he would just try to run. He wouldn't stand and fight.
All right, well, roll. We're gonna roll a bunch of acrobatics checks here. So roll an acrobatics check. First one, I rolled an 18 on the die, so that's a total of dirty 20 for the first one.
Oh, well, acrobatics. Nope, that's a 14.
Okay, so one round, 5 of them would get all attacks on you at advantage with you being grappled. Let's say you managed to somehow make it through that. Let's go ahead and roll another acrobatics check. That's a 14.
God, I'm so nervous. 15.
Okay, roll again. That's a 5.
8.
That's a 8.
17.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh no. Nope, that's an 8.
All right, and then with another round of attacks, I will say they knock you out. They do not kill you, but you do fall unconscious as they just kind of beat you. And as the rest of you start to make your way back into the city, you, over the next couple of days, every once in a while, catch a glimpse of a dark figure out of the corner of your eyes that is gone as soon as you look over. Do any of you try to go to the authorities? The 4 who are left?
I'm a coward. Absolutely not.
Okay, Judy doesn't. What about you, Midas?
Think I would not go to the authorities necessarily.
Okay.
What I would do is I would disappear into the harbor early one morning, and in the room that I was staying in, I would basically write like a very ominous message, I guess you could say, and with like a sketch of Reyna, what's his name? Francis?
Sir Frederick.
Freddie. Freddie, and then like them connected to Warren.
Okay. All right.
I'll just leave that in whatever room I was staying in.
Okay. Yeah. Noted. Nothing would immediately happen with that. And then WH, would you meet with Rain at the time that she asked you to meet?
Yeah, I would be so fucking nervous.
Yeah. So you meet Reyna. She has you meet her outside of the cities, at a windmill just outside the city of a farm.
There's a bunch of hags in there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of hags in there. You meet with her, and she is seemingly alone, chilling with her back against the windmill. Ah, wonderful. I'm glad you came. I was beginning to wonder if you would or not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for
of course.
everything that happened. CWH, we were watching you. You are quite capable. I've seen you around the city, of course. I think that you could be an asset. Let me first explain. I am from a group, call ourselves the Ravens. Perhaps you've heard of us with the circles you've run around in.
Yeah, I'm, let's say, acquainted, but not too familiar.
When you were at the Velvet Pillow with Warren, did you see a woman in red?
I did.
She was a member of the Scarlet Cloaks. Perhaps you've heard of them, and you have. They are, a group of like basically like the anti-Ravens almost. Like they're also assassins and high-level thieves, but like very ruthless, super mysterious. All that's known about them is that they're run by a trio of women that no one knows anything about. and has been able to, and if anybody has been able to find anything, they are killed. And she says, Warren spoke to that woman about an attempt on his father's life. He was planning on murdering him. We need Prince Xavier for something that is bigger than the petty squabbles he had with his son. And so we had to dispatch of the obstacle that was Warren. And I can assure you, good reason. That boy was chaotic and corruptible to an extent that a mere 5-minute conversation would not make you aware of. So that is why the events unfolded the way they did. Now I'm standing here in front of you because I think I can trust you further than just not going to the authorities. I think you could be an asset for us. Knowing all of this, where's your mind?
Gotta say, I was a little insulted when I realized that the plan was to hire a bunch of
I can understand that.
To guard the kid, but I think this more than makes up for it.
I can offer my sincere apology because I was wrong. A leader needs to be able to admit when they're wrong.
Hey, I get underestimated all the time.
Sure you do. She knocks on the wall behind her, and out from just like nearby bushes and stuff, you see like 4 or 5 just in your immediate vicinity ravens stand up. And she says, follow me. And you head into the windmill and down a staircase into a secret entrance, where you eventually come across Mr. Wagyu, who is being treated well, but is held captive currently until an understanding can be come to. But that is something that we will touch on at another time, perhaps maybe in the future, because that is where we will end today's session. So what will come of these characters, who knows? Maybe we'll meet them again, maybe even next week. We'll see, who knows? But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this introductory journey into the world of Campaign 3. I did announcements at the top, so I don't need to do them now. Thanks for watching. Thank you to my players, the best players GM can ask for. I do say it every time, but I do mean it every time. And as always, everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.